A Jack Daniels swilling, pizza eating, dog hating, whore using, cocaine abusing, hairy back, big belly blowhard from New Jersey. The fat little bastard known as Artie Lang.
I'm on the air. I hate to bring it up on the air. On the fucking Twitter, these motherfuckers are complaining about the levels. I love how everybody's an engineer. Did you see that on Twitter? Levels off on Ep 238. What does that mean, levels?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what it means. What does it mean?
No, I don't know what it means.
There is a sound when I listen to the promos. Like, it sounds like we're underwater. Like there's an aquarium. Like it sounds like there's water. I guess, with me, I yell up back and forth, and when I yell, I guess the levels are fucked up. But several people about that one episode said the levels were off. Dan, your thoughts?
I'll check into it.
Where's Flip? What a fucking Congress. Hillary Clinton gutter snipe answer. I'm going to be Bill O'Reilly.
I will not abort that episode until I find out.
You are deflecting to Trump, and I'll accept it. I'm just letting you know I know what you're doing. I'll give you the Bill O'Reilly dismissive answer. Yeah, you know what you're talking about. I think you do. Okay, let's move on to this. Yeah, you do know it's the story. Yeah, okay, move on. Let's move on to Super PACs. So Artie Quitter podcast. We have to make some sort of show announcement here. I have to thank the fans of this podcast because it's $7 a month. And there's thousands of people, literally thousands and thousands of people who listen to this. And for tax purposes, I won't get into exact numbers. But no, people know what it is. I'm always straight up with that. I overpay, believe me. You make, in other words, you're so loyal, you'll pay even if it's a quarter a day. When I first started this, the people wanted me to do the advertising format like Mark Maron does and Corolla. They're very successful. And I was like, I don't want to stop a bit where I'm playing, Don Zimmer. If I think in my stupid head, and I'm not saying this is Emmy-winning shit or Grammy-winning shit, but, we're having fun here. If I'm goofing around and I somehow think of a bit, because Derek Jeter got engaged that day, we're in the prenup. By the way, we assume Don Zimmer's still alive in this bit. In the prenup, Derek Jeter doesn't want to do anything marriage-related except fuck her. That's the only male, groom requirement he wants to hit. I'll fuck Anna Davis. I don't want to go to her sister's wedding. I don't want to talk to her about the light at the CVS is still being broken and she's upset. I don't want to talk to her about the maid that had a hair in the egg white omelet or one of the kids. I don't want to hear it. So in the prenup, all I got to do is fuck her. I roll off of her, roll into the shower, and roll on top of some other biatch. That's me doing my biatch. That's me going, esta loca, esta loca, esta loca, give me head. I've told you that story, right? The esta loca story.
I don't remember it.
Okay, all right. I'll tell it real quick. By the way, Dan, I want to change up the opening theme music. We'll have rolling themes. Like for a while, it was the air conditioner, which, Dan didn't understand it. No one did. I was the only one on the crew who thought it was funny.
What are you talking about? I did.
You never understood the joke. You didn't. And neither did Gino. And neither did Chris Cotton. I don't want to get into an insulting conversation to say I expected it from them, but yes.
I even improved it.
How'd you do that?
Because I went to the air purifier, which had a better sound.
Yeah, okay. Better sound. That means you don't get it. You understand? Bad sound is the bit.
It's deeper.
No, I wish you were deeper. Deeper, 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 deeper. That's another fucking song in a club. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. Nobody got it. Except, and then who comes in here? Like, a lot of people I respect comedically come in here and they go, wow, that's hilarious. And I go, yeah. Tell it to the crew. Explain irony. And then, we heard on YouTube someone said to me in Vegas on the Stern Show, getting a fucking solid base hit off some twat pitcher. Fucking carpet munching motherfucker. Thought you could strike me out. How dare you? How dare you? Go back to milking the fucking feed. Go back to the family farm and tell the story of how you almost struck out Artie Lang. And even that's bullshit. Because guess what, sweetie? Your condescending, arrogant attitude towards me the night before, when you were headed to the elliptical machine with your trainer, and I'm doing a shot of tequila off a stripper's ass. It's a lot of licking. No glass involved. And I accidentally licked some sweat off her tramp stamp.
Oh.
And I go, your tramp stamp says ISIS. That's my daughter's name. Boy, hope that kid's all right now. Her daughter's name was ISIS. I guess that's a Hispanic name. Definitely get a little goy in the sweat.
Oof.
That was gross. Yeah, so she's judging me, this fucking motherfucker. Why? Because I have a cock. For some reason, she doesn't want it. Well, that makes her like every other woman, but cock in general. That's right, sweetie. So, yeah. First pitch, you got near the plate. Or as we call it in the big leagues, the dish. Danny knows it. Hey, there's some fucking broad who wants to pitch. I mean, yeah, broads are for fucking. I mean, am I right, huh? Am I right, Stevie? That's right. That's Danny from GN. This guy's are crazy over there.
You got that right.
Yeah, these GN guys, I'll tell you what. Just Steve, hear what these GN guys did over at Comiskey. They got a bunch of those colored records. You know, the colored guy records, I don't know what they call it, Dicko or something, I don't know. That's on Rush Street. And some colored guy, some black guy, said, "Hey, Harry." I said, "What?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. My car is the Buick." He said, "No, we have a bunch of records, Dicko records." I said, "Yeah." Your boy Steve, the Black Dahlia, and his henchman, the kid who used to swim naked over at the Taft School. Yeah, that's fucking disgusting, gutter snipe. This kid from GN here, hairiest motherfucking teenager I've ever seen. He looks like he's wearing a black sweater made out of fucking Gindaloon hair. Yeah. The kid looks like he's wearing a bulletproof vest made out of gorilla. I don't know what. Yeah, so this kid swam fucking naked. Well, as Ronnie Santos would say, what a mensa phenocia. And I would say, Ronnie, yeah, take out the mensa. There ain't no half here. He's phenocia. Yeah, this guy, he's doing the backstroke. His balls are hanging out like some raft a Cuban right-hander takes over here. His cock and fucking feet out like a dorsal fin in a... I could tell Dan Villato's 4'11" in the water, Chief. You judge from the cock to the foot. That's so great. What a great bit that is. Nobody cares. Am I number 5 on iTunes? No. Yeah. This fucker, he goes over there with that Dahlia guy, who, quite frankly, looks a little, it looks like he got caught in that California snowstorm last time. Yeah. Apparently, they cut his Coke with mayonnaise or something. Yeah, this lunatic, he goes out there and something called Dicko Demolition. He takes all the nigger records and Wait, let me tell you. Are we all right? Wait. Does Ernie Banks in back of me again? Hey, Ernie, let's buy me 2. I know. I knew you were there. I meant to say, whatever it is. What do you call yourselves now? The great Ernie Banks. I would never say nigger in front of you, Ernie. Is this Mrs. Banks? I'm sorry. May I say, I'd like to make a deposit into Mrs. Banks. A lot of people think I'm racist when I have a few pops in me. That's not true at all. I apologize. I meant to say, what do you call yourselves now? Is black fine or? I'll tell you, colored flows off the tongue. No, it's a nigga like my father. I'll tell you that guy. What an Irishman. But, yeah. So he takes all these Dicko records and he just fucking lights them on fire like it's the 4th of goddamn July. I said, what the fuck you do? We got to play ball out here. The White Sox, George Order's got to put his shorts on and play out here. George Order, that White Sox team that wear the shorts. When my father took me to see him in Yankee Stadium, I'm like 10 years old. Even at 10, I'm going, what the fuck are these idiots doing in shorts? George Order, that game, or Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon slid into third. It ruined his leg for 4 years. Had what we call a raspberry. Yeah. Yeah, I can remember my roommate in college was Jerry Sandusky. And a lot of the teachers would bring their kids in. They called our dorm room the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I tell this Danny kid at GM, though, he can work for me anytime. What a work ethic. He's got a work ethic on. He's a work ethnic, I call it, and a greasy Italian. Yeah, so look, you didn't get the joke. It's fine. So, when the point is the baseball game, I laced it. The first pitch, she had the balls to throw at me. I brushed it off like a man, like Don Baylor getting it in the elbow with a, Joaquin of Andujar pitch. That's by the way, we just heard the preview to the next opener. And they had Michael Buffer, and Freddie. I guess Freddie and Benji wrote him lines. It's so funny. It's been our opening for a while. It's him just goofing on me every. Look, it's so funny. Like you say, are you a flawed person? A lot of people say, I tend to be late and stuff. This guy had 4 pages of my flaws. Not one of them, not one of them exaggerated. I'm like, oh, geez, that's a yes. That's a yes. This disgusting fat cokehead, overeater, degenerate gambler, alcoholic. So that's been our theme song for a while. I'm changing it up. A lot of people on Twitter love the bit where I blow my nose as an old man.
Oh, God.
I had terrible allergies. A lot of nasal, and I'm like an old man. When I have nasal situations, I can't stop blowing my nose. And then I eat some wet mozzarella, it gets stuck in my throat, and I can't breathe. Oh. I have no passages. Yeah, I've had that happen before. Sometimes, every once in a while, these disgusting Puerto Ricanos, they cut the Coke I buy from with, I don't know what the hell's in it. Like, sometimes I need, let me tell you something. I love Stevie Stone, but God, can that guy bore you. Guy's telling an anecdote about him and some dick wipe on the Phillies getting late. I don't know what's happening. He's doing a live Cheesecake Factory commercial. So I'm like, you know what I need to get through this doubleheader? A little bit of the cocaine. A little bit of the booger sugar. How about some devil's dandruff? As Richard Marx said in his hard-hitting song out of '87, it's so hard not to get caught up in that California snow. That's edginess personified, Richard Marx. What a hell of a kid. And apparently the grandson of Harpo Marx. And God, I wish he took after his grandfather and shut the fuck up. So, yeah. Anyway, so that was our theme song. But now, my blow in the nose bit, you can see it on our promos. We have the SoundCloud of promos. Much like the Chamber of Secrets. I do a Hugh Hefner bit where I'm sneezing as Hugh Hefner. And then, who else did I do sneezing? Who was the other performer? I'm saying another old guy. She's in the fucking Star Trek outfit again. I do, like, I'm talking to people, like a young person talking to people, and I like an old guy. Oh, William Devane. Like, hey, Mr. Rain. Who are you? I'm a big fan.
Buy silver.
Yeah, buy silver. Oh wait, I had a quarter in there. Is that our first present? No, that's a disgusting snot. That's a cocaine pocket rocket. Yeah, that's what we called it. And I said to the filthy PRs, and I ain't talking public relations. I said, hey, what's up? What are you cutting this cocaíno with? I did learn some Spanish. I said, que hora eslo, el blow. Yeah. Hey, El Chapo carry. Yeah, I need a little pick-a-me-upper. I'll tell you what, there's just every man knows this. What's my wife's name, Dan? Stormy?
Dutchie.
Dutchie knew if her Harry was holding on to some pocket blizzard. She would make sure I would do just the right amount. So, because honestly, Harry Carey, a lot of people say, Harry, you're like a Superman. Yeah, maybe on the mic, but off the mic, I'm a human being just like you. If I get coke dick, I can't fuck a bitch. So she knew just the right amount. She knew to cut me off at about an 8-ball and a ha. And I'll tell you what, I fucked like a guy, like David Beckham at a rave. I got more pussy than David Beckham at a Spice Girls reunion. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if I had too much Claritin D, same thing would happen. And so I would see, I would seize myself. So I relate to this. So, that was the thing. I would seize a lot. So I'm going to lay down the track. I'm gonna lay down our opening theme right now, right? Like Paul Anka and Johnny Carson. So we're going to stop with, let's start Monday. We'll get organized. So through this week, we'll have a buffer. And then this will be our third theme. It's going to be, as a request, a lot of people calling this their favorite bit on the show when I do it. This is the old guy sneezing, but just the sneezing, no old guy. And this will be our theme. Ready?
Oh.
Shit, fucker. Hi. Hi, who's that? Hey, it's me. It's Dan Falato with Jan. Daddy, are you the Dicko Demolition? That's me, yeah. Someone told me you were asking for me. Someone told you what? And someone said that you were asking. Speak up, you shitwad. Why are you naked? I just came from the tab school. From the where? The school of tab. See, the lockers aren't big enough. The lockers aren't big enough for what? Yeah, so I just want to say it's an honor that you even know. What do you want? Steve Stone's ready. We were back. The doubleheader. Do you get what I sent you for? Yeah, I talked to Carlos. What are that filthy pigs? Oh, was his wife there? Just very attractive Hispanic woman. Yeah, I hit that. Excuse me, I fucked that. You made love to Carlos? Yeah. I thought you were friends. There's a lesson about life, shitheel. That's horrible. What do you think Dial is right now? You got a girlfriend? Yeah, probably fucking knee deep in that pussy. Jesus, can you put something on? It's very disconcerting. We're doing the butterfly stroke. Can you make a slow gin fizz? Can you make a shoe smell? Yeah. Hey, what time you do back in Boys Town? They say for Italians, this is skilled labor. You're not one of those NBR faggots, right? Well, actually, I work on the Terry Grocer. Yeah.
NPR.
NBR? You're not one of those NBR guys. I'm sorry to you're that fruit with the Brussels Griffin? Griffon. Excuse me? Actually, it's pronounced Griffon. What is? You said Brussels Griffin. It's Brussels Griffon. Wait, what? It's Brussels Griffon. You said Griffin. It's Griffon. It's Griffon. Yeah. Well, I've been doing the Merv Griffin show for years. He never says Griffon. And word is he's lighting the loafers. Listen, what'd you say? It's not Griffin, it's Griffon. Could you leave? Because I feel my T cells going slower. Wait, I got the last... There you go. Oh, shit. Now I'll do the left nostril. There you go. Hey, Ernie Banks, let's blow two. Oh, he loves it. He loves it, Ernie Banks. That is one cool black guy.
Harry told some great stories, but the one that he didn't tell, the conversation he only talked a little bit about was...
This Dan Filato bring the show to a screeching halt moment, brought to you by Budweiser.
When Elvis asked for him to come over to Graceland, and he went.
Yeah.
And he sat and talked with Elvis for a long time. He wouldn't talk about it. He goes,
that's tomorrow. Hey, Harry. Hey. You're the one who moves your pelvis. Oh, yeah. That's right, Harry. All right, I love you. I watch DGN all the time. That's WGN, yeah. DGN, yeah. No, you redneck fuck. It's GN. Yeah, you do the Brewer games. No, it's fucking disgusting. Gutter slap. You're an absolute redneck fuck. Hey, you want to... Let me introduce you to Memphis Mafia. Who's this fucking... Look at this guy. This guy needs a shave. He looks like Nixon. I'll be Richard Nixon. Yeah, maybe a complimentary prison. Yeah. Here's a dime. Call someone who gives a flying fat frog's ass. I came to Graceland for one thing. Of course, the music. No. A picture with the king. No. What do you want? Pussy. Where's the fucking... I see the fur carpeting. Where's the fur fucking burger? You say you want a burger? Harry wants a burger. No. I want a fur burger. Fur burger? I'm not aware. What is that? You can't be this dorky. Is the Colonel around? You mean Parker? No. Colonel Sanders, you fat fuck. Yeah. Your manager, you fucking... How many painkillers are shoved up your ass? I'm actually very, very, very constipated from opioids. Yeah, you gotta watch it. I have that all the time. Every once in a while. You know, that's sometimes Stormy, what's her name, Dan?
Dutchie.
Sometimes Dutchie, my wife. Your last name's Dutchie? Yeah. I fucked a stripper named Dutchie once. Where? She stripped in Memphis. Let's move on.
When he had the meeting with Elvis, he wasn't married to Dutchie. He was banging Augie Bush's wife.
Augie Bush. Oh, yeah. Which brings me to the Bush question. Man, I got to hand it to you. Augie Bush. Wow, that's a good pull. Who should look like? Augie Bush. Yeah, I think I fucked Augie Bush once. Me and my daddy, Vernon. You know, yeah. Wait a minute. So one second. Wait, this guy's Harry Carey. Yeah, that's what I want to commit right now. Quite frankly. Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of those slow pilots commit Harry Carey. Yeah. You went to the war, fucker. What'd you do? You went over there for... You go to the war. I love you fucking rock stars. You go to the war, you're stationed at a mansion in Germany. A little farther away from the fucking battlefield. You're doing the fucking Heartbreak Hotel Shuffle and 14-year-old twat. Yeah, my beautiful wife. Where is she? Where's Priscilla? She's on the set of Naked Gun 3. That fucking bitch. Now you say you want a burger? No, I want a fur burger. What the hell is fur burger? Pussy. I'll put, yeah, I know. You know, if I see fur threw me off, I'll make them shave. That's disgusting. I haven't seen somebody make someone shave before they fucked them since I was roommates with Sandusky. Yeah. That makes the cock seem like an oasis in a desert of skin. Yeah. This conversation is terribly gross. Terry gross? No, terribly gross. You one of those NPR faggots? I asked Dan that too. Who's Dan? He's the kid. Why is he naked? Apparently he can't swim. He was in the pool with the Memphis Mafia. Joe Esposito said, "Make yourself comfortable." And Dan peeled off his fucking shorts like quicker than you throw your hands up with Biggie Smalls in front of you with an AK. I tell you what, you're all over the place with your references and your time frame. What year is this? In 1974. Oh, yeah. We're on the road. We took a drive down. We saw two asswipe hippie types running over the fence. They said they were on the cover of Time and Newsweek. Is that Springsteen prick? Yeah, he's done it before. Have him arrested. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, these Jew kids, Jew rock stars. Yeah, he's been a little person, a midget. What do you say, Little Steve? Yeah, Little Steve and a midget. So you're saying a midget and a Jew rock star climbed your fence? Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, Little Steven. They're lucky they didn't do it on my watch. Yeah. You want a Cadillac? I just bought one. I'll take several, as a matter of fact. But anyone big enough to fit a fur burger? I got a whole stable of bitches. You want to fuck Miss Hawaii? I don't fuck coloreds. What about tan? Like you like Asians? I just want to I want someone who looks like Barbara goddamn Eden. Is that so hard? Oh yeah, me and Barbara had some fun times. Yeah, can I let the genie out of the bottle with that bitch? I'll tell you how I like you. You talk my fucking language. Come back next time, but leave Dan, the naked kid, at home. Wait, Joe Esposito says, Elvis, it's Joe Esposito. How are you? Yeah. Dan grossed us out, man. Yeah, we showed him a picture of you from your comeback concert in the pool, and let's just say the pool became egg drop soup. That's disgusting. Did you fucking ejaculate in the king's pool? Did he do it in the above ground pool, the servant's pool? No, he did it in the main pool, the human pool. You pissed in the human pool? Next time, let him piss in the black pool. You see, we got two pools. There's the pool where white people call it the human pool. Yeah. I like your style, too. All right, well, I'm going to take off. You want to keep him here to fucking kill him or something? I love this guy. Harry, when can I come and check you out? You know, what time you get up in the morning? I get up about 7. I shit till 2. Yeah, you shit till 2? What, you mean 7 a.m. You take a shit till 2 p.m.? Yeah. The Memphis Mafia brings me in hookers for Blumpkins. Pancakes. You eat pancakes on the bowl? That's right. I melt provolone on pancakes. You wait a minute, Elvis. You melt provolone on pancakes and eat them while you're shitting, and also while a hooker's blowing me. You are the king. What a man. I'm very heterosexual. That is a redneck heterosexual. What a redneck heterosexual. I mean, that's even too white trashy for me. Yeah. I also take 42 Percocet for breakfast. 42 Percodan. Percodan Falato. Percocet. Whoa. Percadecadamfalado. That's my new slogan. What happens is the opioids, they when they get in your body, they basically attach themselves like gutter snaps, like barnacles to your insides. They clog them up. It's like drinking tar. Well, why do you do it? Well, because the feeling gets incredible. You get like a nice ha-ha-ha. Yeah, like the colored jazz guys. Absolutely. You're like Charlie Parker, only you can get a cab. That's fantastic. That's with the best of both lives. You're like Charlie Parker. Imagine if Charlie Parker could get a cab. But what a life. Yeah. Like right now, I'm on 42 Percodowns. Yeah. And I'm those disgusting huge glasses you're wearing don't even bother me. You were looking through an aquarium. That's a funny joke. Yeah, the colored band guys told me. They're very good at playing the dozens. All right, well, we got to get going. Yeah. Yeah, throw Burt Lancaster in The Swimming Man or something. Great reference, brother. It must be watching Fox, the 80-second catheter commercial. Are you like me? Do you use catheters? How about the pocket catheter? The on the run. There's an on the run catheter. How are you running? Are you like me? Do you use a catheter while you're running?
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it's gotta hurt. That's the whole joke. Gotta hurt. I'm loaded up with morphine, an IV drip of morphine. Standing still. People surrounding my bed with a total of 48 years of medical school. It hurt like, let me try to use an analogy. It hurt like someone shoving something in your dick. Oh. Holy Christ. Mm-hmm. And they try to go, here's a lubricated catheter pocket. Yeah, the lubricated catheter. Yeah, I tried it. I got one here. It's in your pocket? Yeah. Back then, they were made like aluminum. Like made out of an antenna element. Yeah, the Memphis Mafia makes their own catheters. What happens is I've done so much opioids. At the age of 38, I got up one day and no piss of shit would come out of me. I got very bloated. I rolled over on the stripper I was fucking and killed her instantly. Really? Is she all right? Well, Joe puts her in a vat of stuff out there. And they dissolve, and I tell you, I do have dark moments thinking about them. Joe comes back with blood in his hair. Colonel Tom Parker's like, as Colonel Tom Parker, did Joe Esposito kill that whore? I'm on it, Colonel. Great, now get fat ass on the plane. Did fat ass shit yet? He's shit. He hasn't pissed. It's a new problem, Colonel. He can't piss now? Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me call the promoter. Elvis, go to the hospital and tell him you can't piss. Then tell him you're Elvis. Then put aluminum foil over the whole second and third floor. And try to shit and piss. Oh, yeah. So they put a catheter in you. Yes, they have pocket. Here's the difference. I'll tell you the difference. They've made a lot of strides with catheters. They still have to throw it in your dick, but here's the difference between the most modern, lubricated, comfortable catheter and like one made out of aluminum back in the 60s. Here's how you sound with the aluminum one. Ah! Here's how you sound with the new catheter. Ah! Yeah, you can tell the difference. This is still the theme song. That's the theme song. How long was that?
That segment?
Yeah.
34.
Well, no, but just the theme song part.
Oh, you mean the entire time with the Elvis and the...
From when I started sneezing till just now.
It was a good, I think, 15 to 20 minutes.
Perfect. That's our theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the beginning with the sneezing. You know.
I get it.
You know what to play. Do you get it? Because you didn't get the air conditioner.
What? I got it.
No, but you didn't laugh. Like funny people that give it up. You know. All right, so the show announcement. Okay, we covered. Let me check that off. We covered. This was great about a podcast. See, that's why they said to me. Oh, this brings me back to my point. It's great. We've come full circle. In other words, this is why I love the fans of this. Tommy Newsom, you done over there? Put your sacks down. You guys are as loyal as they come. People said to me, Art, listen, Hulu costs this much. All the pundits. Netflix, and you get every movie ever for whatever. And you want to charge, they said $10. How much you get? $12? And I said, no, 10 might be, whatever. I mean, I don't want to sound arrogant, but $10 a month to me, guys. Jesus. Everything all right over there? That 38-year-old guy's bitching about. And look, I don't want to get into this because the fact that anybody pays me anything, goes through the trouble to hear me, bullshit. Listen to what I'm doing. That you pay for this. And I get kind of why you do it. I get more why people hate me, but people, a lot of people have very regimented lives, and it sucks. They have those boring, regimented lives that they fall into, and they can live vicariously through me. Like I'm someone who can act like a retarded second grader on angel dust, and make a living, get by in life. Not just get by, I live very well. Of course, there are downsides. I have a lot of demons that manifest themselves in drug addiction and gambling addiction, and they cause me to lose things in life that I love, like a beautiful girlfriend, but I get other things like Dan. She moves out, Danny moves in. I am going to play, too, at the end, after I thank the audience, before I get into our main segment where we goof on Eric Trump. By the way, I'll say this right now. In high school, I was voted, class of 85. I had a summer school, August of 85. I graduated. And I don't know about you, Dan, but in your high school, when you put your clothes on eventually, were you voted, as I should have been, guy most likely to be retweeted 773 times?
No, I was not.
No, you weren't. 223 likes. No, wait, 773 likes, 251 retweets. With an incredible topical joke literally ripped from today's headlines. I was going to go with Eric Trump with this. I was going to put a goofy picture of Eric Trump because we're goofing on him. If you didn't hear the show the other day, he only gives interviews with Greta Van Susteren. He's the second Trump son, and he might be the one who wants to be like the next Kennedy. He might be the Robert, and because the other one, the Donald Trump Jr., apparently he's just in Michigan shooting people. I think he's got 5 kids, and they all stand like Mussolini. All of them. But when he talks to Greta Van Susteren, you'll hear when we get into this bit, he sounds like he's going to lose his mind. Because he's afraid to say something wrong. He's like reading from a script, and he calls his father amazing 2 billion times. Then they ask him about Melania, his stepmom. And oh my God, the answer he gives is one of the funniest answers in the history of broadcasting. In other words, since Edison got his lazy fucking steal from my assistant and take the credit fucking ass up and walked up to that fucking phonograph Big Mike that looked like the conch from Lord of the Flies. Didn't think I knew that, did you? And said, Mary, Mary had a little lamb. Was pleased with the first recording ever. I love how that was said. I mean, say something. Say something racist or say something misogynistic. Say something anti-Italian. I'll take that. Interesting. Do something. He's like, Mary, Mary, a little lamb. But since then, it's the funniest answer ever. Eric Trump, when he's asked about his stepmother, Melania. Okay, well, good. That's just a tease. The final question Greta Van Susteren asked Eric Trump, Donald Trump's second son, is the other night. Is how about Melania, your stepmom? We haven't seen a lot of her. Is she going to ramp it up with the campaigning again? A quick tease. He says the word amazing 443 times in a 30-second answer. And he does like his own Rosalita at the end. It's like unbelievable because he gets his son involved, his brother. Everyone's his best friend. Everyone. So, okay. That's going to be the main part. But after I finish giving you the show stuff, we're going to play people send me on YouTube a lot of old Stern stuff, and it's so great. It's so great that stuff exists on YouTube. Howard, when YouTube first came out, and I agreed with him completely, tried to fight his stuff getting on YouTube. He really disliked it. And he had a point. Everybody has a point, but at some point you embrace it as another way to promote your stuff. But he just, Howard just didn't need that. He was beyond that. But you go, hey, maybe it's a chance to create a new audience. And it is. There's a whole new generation of kids who can now see me. And, of course, the first video that pops up is me in 2001 buying Vicodin outside of Denny's in Milwaukee for a 14-year-old black kid. And I swear to God, in that tape, it's very distorted. It's from across the street. I say, you think you scare me? Where I come from, triggers don't kill people. I said, triggers don't kill people. Play the tape. I had 4 Chardonnays anyway. No, of course, that tape doesn't exist. We bought it. But, no, a lot of, whatever. It's there's no privacy. No privacy at all. So, I enjoy the rhetoric. That's what I'm saying. I enjoy the rhetoric. And I enjoy you people. And after this, I am going to play something that you sent me. You send me Stern stuff all the time that I'm on. Some of it's me getting goofed on, me goofing on others, telling jokes, but it's always touching that it means so much to you guys that you still have it. And it always says, this gets me through hard days. I listen to this. And the fact that you people buy anything is amazing, to where this is a little business in my kitchen. We're trying to get Dan down in salary. We're going to renegotiate.
Oh, yeah.
230 shows. I don't know. You can pay for the heating bill or something. Oh. 230 shows, buddy. I'm telling you.
Nice.
I told Dan he left to go to Easter Sunday. And I texted her. I said, I should say this to him more. It's like, I would not. I'm having so much fun doing this podcast. I am. And I would not be happy like this doing this podcast without Danny Filato in my corner. So thank you. I'm serious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I say we celebrate and go over to the new German restaurant with the...
Okay, wait, stop. Just stop right now. Let's not bury the lead. Let me write that down. Thank you for... I think you just got me distracted. That was so funny. It was so funny. I'll tell you now. We're in an Uber car today. I had to do a couple of interviews. I was on this offshoot of the Huffington Post. I was on a web podcast I've done before in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. A lot of hipsters called "We Are the People," right? Or "People Talk." A guy named John Ronson was on it. He wrote "When Goats Fuck Guys" or something. What did he write?
No.
What did he write with the George Clooney movie? Up in your ass, up in the air.
Why we stare at... Oh, wait.
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Big book. Got made into a movie. And it grossed $18. But he was on, English guy, and of course he talked about white privilege. And the Australian guy, I've done 3 shows with him now. He interviewed me on the Huffington Post, and he calls me all the time, says, how you doing? We're very friendly. I don't know his name, first or last. I don't know. What's his name, Dan? The Australian guy.
I can't remember.
Let me look on my phone. Who cares? And the 2 chicks, the Fuck Me, Guys We Fuck podcast chicks, who were very, very sweet. And they're going to be on this show. And I was on the podcast Guys We Fucked. And, of course, my line is always, why don't we make that an honest assessment of my appearance? Could happen if Dan will get lost for 2 seconds.
Hey, I wasn't here when you did their show.
I know. They did. Oh, they did my with them. It was Christmas time.
Yeah.
Finally got out of the house. No, I mean, it's been so much fun with Danny, and the whole thing is just great. The fact that all those other comedians aren't here right now. I love it. No, you're only they tell you know what they tell. But here's how you tell successful people. Tony Robbins made a speech one day that I saw on YouTube. Actually, a guy in the plane was listening to it. I wanted to fucking throw him in. You can make yourself, you have it in your head. Are you on a plane right now? Is a guy next to you on the plane playing something that makes your head want to fucking explode? Does it feel like your head wants to bust open? You can take control of that moment. That's your moment. That's your plane too. In other words, you bought a piece of that plane. And is he playing something like a disgusting piece of music or me? He said, you're only as successful as your enemies. Okay? And let me say this. Right now, I'm in a big feud with Mike Bichetti. So the YouTube thing we're going to play is a nostalgia. Is my roast. When I got roasted at the Stern Show, and we're going to play Colin Quinn's set. I mentioned on the air the other day that Colin Quinn, we were talking about something. I mentioned how funny Colin was. He's funny all the time, but how funny he was at my roast at Stern. Oh, and at the time, I was breaking up with my girlfriend of 5 years at that time, Dana. Really going through a hard time, and like everything else, I told it on the air. Going through a hard time on the air. Yeah, I left a lot of blood on that fucking floor, didn't I? Didn't I? A lot of blood. Let's see the third host of the Z Morning Zoo fucking tell everybody they're a heroin addict right after they play Loverboy on the 5 o'clock whistle. I was underpaid at $900K a year, guys. Tommy Newsom cleaning his instrument. So I need, because I'm going through that shit with Dana, very raw, very, you know. When I sold out Carnegie Hall in 2 hours, the last thing I did was bring Dana out, my last-ditch effort, the loser that I am, to show her I'm special. And I was that night. I got all of Carnegie Hall to sing Happy Birthday. Carnegie Hall, after I killed for an hour. Yeah. I'll get a little Run DMC. I'll fucking brag a bit. I'll yell out Brooklyn for no reason. 2 hours. Still a record for fucking comedians. Take that, Nick Thune. By the way, our friend that just got brought that chick, Sharon, what's her face? The funniest key grip in L.A. Starting to get on my nerves a bit on Twitter. Little uppity. Yeah, I guess, Artie's fun. He's a great guy. Only makes jokes about, race and sex. But, again, then she goes, ha ha, I kid. Which I guess is based on the I kid, that thing. What's next? Me so horny? With that hack attack? It was tough being on the phone with her. Tough holding my own with that witty banter. Why are you nervous to laugh, Dan? Did you make promises to her or something?
No.
Dan nervous. Was there a secret phone call with her?
No, there was no.
Listen, Sharon, I agree with you. He's a monster. Why don't we get together? Do you know the Taft Schoolers? Do you have a brother? Yeah. So we're gonna play just Colin's set, and you look. I love this is on. I tweeted it out too. Or I will tweet it out. It's grainy video of the roast, but it's from midway through 2006, midway through the first year on the show, and we got the idea to roast staff members, and we started with Ronnie. We started with Ralph, then with the Ronnie, Baba Booyah. Then the third or fourth one was ramping up, and they announced I agreed to do it. And Howard said, "Look, for Artie's roast, we'll do a show in the morning, and then we'll nap. We'll come back. We'll do a drinking show." I was still partaking. We'll get an audience in the studio, and we'll tape a show at night and re-air it in the morning for the next day show. We'll have a 3-day weekend. So it was a drinking show, my roast. Full audience, which we never did before, at night. And it's from 06. And God, I got a little teary-eyed. The lineup was, first of all, you look at the Reverend Bob Levy is the MC. Bob always does a great job. Bob banned from not just the show, the entire series building right now. It's my roast. I have since told Howard he wasn't my bro. Tried to kill my assistant on the air. On heroin, tried to kill myself by stabbing myself 9 times and drinking bleach. Went to rehab. I have not talked to Howard but one time in the last 6 years. I am banned from the show. I am now more friends with the Opie show. In that time, Opie and Anthony dreadfully split up. Anthony said the N-word on Twitter 4,000 times. This is all in the last 6 years. Colin Quinn, the only guy who went in the right direction. Colin looks like he's about 600 pounds in this video. My God, I forgot. Colin put on a couple. Colin got in shape. He looks amazing now. I forgot he was a heavy-set guy, but he's so fucking funny. Funny as ever. Nick DiPaolo was on the roast. Nick and I were great friends. He's a comic Howard used a lot. Since then, I got out of rehab after 18 months because I stabbed myself 9 times and drank bleach. Come out. Me and Nick hook up. We get a show together, the Nick and Artie show. They, for some ridiculous reason, let Nick go after a year. I do my own show for about a year and a half on DirecTV. Complete the 3-year contract. I meet Dan Filato. They let the show go. I meet a new woman after Dana. Fall in love again for 5 years. Take her to Paris, get arrested in Paris for public drunkenness. That's the beginning of the end. The girl leaves me in a huff, never wants to see me again. I'm brokenhearted. Dan Filato moves in. We start a podcast. Me and Nick don't talk anymore. I love Nick to death, and I love to talk to him again, but apparently we just don't talk anymore. I would talk to him. Now we're all right. Times are, I'm pushing 50. What are you going to do? So much has changed. Bob, believe you're not allowed in the building. But
This one are serious. I can't.
Listen, Gary Delabate is still basically doing the same thing that he's been doing for the last 42 years. Richard and Sal. Still at the show. Richard and Sal are good guys. Richard has since gotten married. Sal has stayed married. And they seem happy. They do. I mean, their role has been reduced a bit on the show because the show has changed. People say it's a very politically correct show now, so that's how that's changed. My chair's still empty. He does interviews with people like Gwyneth Paltrow now. I would not be able to stand the foot from Gwyneth Paltrow. Nobody in her life would let that happen. The grimace with his shirt off going, show us your tits. No. Gwyneth ain't coming if the fat guy's there. I'm proud of the fact that there's nobody in that chair, because believe me, he probably doesn't ultimately want somebody, but if somebody blew him away, it was good enough. He'd be there. But you'll never find him. You know why? It's got nothing to do with me being funny. You'll never find some idiot who'll say he's on heroin, then nod off every show in front of 20 million people for a year and a half. Stab himself 9 times. Big bleed. And put him, whatever. Greg Giraldo is on the roast. Greg, one of the funniest guys ever. Guy was a good friend of mine. He kills on this roast. The roasts were his thing, man. The only guy I'd say could challenge Jeff Ross in that ability to consistently do well on those roasts. Greg Giraldo. I did several with him. The William Shatner story, I told it in the book about, that proves he's just such a funny guy. That story. And that he was a comedian. And comics never stop busting each other's balls. After I saved his life because he was all paranoid on drugs and nursed him back to health, the first joke out of his mouth on national TV was, Artie Lang is here, you fat fucking drug addict. So fucking funny. I respect that. Lisa Lampanelli is on the roast. She's also 600 pounds. She is now the size of a young Heather Locklear. But looks like Lisa Lampanelli. Now, Lisa, the best female roaster ever. And I'll say female because that's it. She's the Yukon of roasters. And they all kill. It's murderer's row. I mean, it's very touching. Of course, it's all Howard, but these are my friends coming out to roast me. And and the best of the best, David Tell. David Tell was happy back then. He's since stopped doing coke. And has always been the funniest guy in the world. I told you. Well, that's why I got into the roast. Collins said, you'll hear his last line is, considering the data shit is unbelievable. The way he ramps up to it, just a professional. And I had to follow that because I go last. Colin was the last comic, and Howard on take commercial. I said, no, I got to go right into this. And you know what? I killed. It was great. Good audience, put it that way. Everyone got theirs. But Colin was extra special. Nick was hilarious, of course. Levy, the great, great, great MC. Richard and Sal. Richard did a Who song that he goofed on me, a parody. Sal was amazing. Shuley was great. And then all those other people were them. They did what they do. They killed. Colin Quinn, Nick DiPaolo, Attell, the great Jimmy Florentine, of course. Jimmy Florentine, always right there. Lisa Lampanelli, Greg Giraldo. A few other people who slipped my mind. And people in Philly, Pittsburgh, and outside of Cleveland had signs on their fucking lawn that says, if you don't have Sirius, we have the Artie roast tonight. $5. Some with food were $8. And they sent us pictures of those signs. I had a lot of fucking fun, man. Great career. And there's more to come, as I'm about to share with you. So after this, we'll play the Colin thing and then get a Derek Trump, and then we'll get out of here. Because Dan has the work ethic of a gutter sniper. I'm sorry, buddy. But we had a lot done so far. We laid down a new track for the opening thing. And I'm very happy with it. One take line. So you guys are so fucking loyal and nice that you send this YouTube stuff. And, you know, we have to, Danny and I, you know, we've been doing, I try to do longer podcasts now because I've gotten very lucky. And the reason I'm praising you fans is because, one, you pay anything, a quarter a day to hear me do this. And I love you for it. Two, because of that loyalty and a lot of stuff that's been going on, my career has come back. In a way I never thought it would. I got a lot going on right now that I'm proud of. I could go away, I could fuck it up, but this year's going to be big. I'm pushing 50, and maybe I got one more in me, Dan. Like Kirk Gibson said to Tommy Lasorda on 88, game 1. He says he got one good swing left in him. They heard Gibson yelling in pain as he practiced swinging in the runway by the night. Ah! They said, "You putting in a catheter?" Yeah, it's made out of fucking Louisville Slugger. He did. That's how tough he was. Babe Ruth, Louisville Slugger bats as a catheter. That Tommy Heinrich and a whore had to shove in his cock. That's a man. Pocket catheters. Babe Ruth would have laughed at a pot again. Lubricant, fuck that. Shove a fucking bat in my dick. Let's get to playing ball. Let's get to the only real game, baseball. I still have a bat in my dick. Died with a bat in his dick. So I love you. And the point is, we did 3 shows 2 weeks ago because I taped the Jim Gaffigan show. I've played myself now in the Jim Gaffigan show twice. One last year. I think I'm going to be on the opening show. It's a very small cameo, but still being called to be on the set. Jimmy Gaffigan doing very well. A comic I've known for over 20 years. Me and Gilbert did Carrot Top do a cameo together. I tweeted out the picture. That was fun. But when stuff like that happens, obviously I can't turn it down. I got to keep stuff going. I make a living with this, but I got to keep the fires burning. The 3rd book deal came about. We got a little bidding war going with the 3rd book deal because in the room we pitched this gambling thing, and me and Anthony are going to do it. And major companies like I was with before started bidding, and we got a nice, lucrative book deal. Several people, and Danny and I have a meeting next week, several people with major funding from major networks want to buy this podcast. And I'll say this without getting into detail. Animation. Dan, am I talking out of line? Animation? No.
I've always wanted to be on BET.
That's right. What does that mean? What's that joke? What does that joke mean? What's BET mean?
BET.
Oh, you saying that's one of the companies?
Yes.
Just as black as the whole joke. It's a black company.
Yeah.
Man. Terrible. I've never seen someone with the worst comedic instincts. Actually, I saw an interview with Harry Styles from One Direction. Terrible. So, at first, I thought you meant bet, like gambling. I don't know. Now, we call it, with that same network you talk about, this is a current, by the way, this is Elvis. We used to call that net. Figure it out. Yeah, do the math. Do the math, faggot. Yeah, we called it CET, colored. That is real. That's Major League stuff there. Holy shit. God damn, Elvis. What are you, the Grand Dragon? Yeah, with the big boys now, Harry. Tell your buddy to put his clothes on and say the N-word. Boy, Chris Matthews, I got MSNBC. Wait, as soon as I leave here, by the way, Danny throws on MSNBC. What a communist. Elizabeth Warren, holy shit. Jesus. Karl Marx over there. So I got Carl, this gutter snipe. What's his face? Not Chris Matthews. He's got the Trump story. He's always just talking about Trump. Of course. Milking it. What a little. He looked like a little puppy gnawing at your fucking jacket. So what do you think about abortion? Let's think about it. You know, it's legal. Should the woman get punished? Why the woman? Really? How many years? 10 years? And Trump walked into that net, that Chris Matthews net, while he's spitting all over him. Remember Daryl Hammond's impression of Chris Matthews? It was so fucking
it was
funny.
Great.
Really good. Some good shit there. Some good rhetoric. And he walked into it. And Trump said he got Trump to say basically that the woman in an abortion, the woman should be punished with possible jail time. And the guy who got her pregnant, nothing. And now they're starting to do this crazy thing where he was on Howard a lot, I remember. It's all they show the year, and it's all years I was there, and you hear me laughing, and God knows what I said. I had to say the most obnoxious shit you could imagine. He's talking about, they played one from 2003, and it says Robin Quivers, and she's saying, Howard, you hear laughter, and it's me and Freddie, you hear us laughing. And, I mean, I could have said anything back then. Yeah. I mean, back then, as long as I did a redneck voice, there's nothing we couldn't say. It was like I could have chimed in and said, "You ever get a faggot pregnant?" I'm used to that's Artie the Klan guy. That was my character. I could say anything I wanted. Nowadays, then the filthy, disgusting monster Artie Lang says this. Artie Lang is currently doing a show in his kitchen. Yes, we got to calm down on that rhetoric. So, but the big thing that's come about from this that I got going on right now that could lead to, I have an idea. I wish I could share it with you, but I have an idea for a TV show that people really love, and it's a very, very simple, straight ahead title. The title itself will make you laugh, and I'd love to do it. And the powers that be, and also the other thing I got to sign with because of what's going on with this company UTA that I was with a long time ago, but now they are the biggest agency for comics. Like, you want to be there. Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, and they represent me now because of what's been going on lately, and it's because of you. Is my point. You loyal fucking fans. I've been off Stern for 6 years. A few years out, my second book, they said, wouldn't even make the charts because I wasn't promoted every day. Number 12 on the bestsellers list. And because the second one did that, I got a third one. That's you guys. The podcast being relevant at all, and me making money to where I stay doing this business. And Danny can use the washer. That's because of you guys, everyone listening who pays for this fucking podcast. You deserve like a lot. I mean, I'm not going to give you cash.
Take a bow, Steve Torelli.
Yeah, Steve Torelli. Guys like him. By the way, the heroin thing, the rehab thing, a lot of people, you'd be surprised. I talked to a few kids, very, very shy about it. I understand. Not sure about the public thing. And but there's two kids in particular who I met through a friend who might. Part of the stipulation is I'd like them to be interviewed on the air so they could tell what they're going through, this scourge with the heroin stuff around the country. But that's still on, and Dave Navarro would like to have been involved. He's got a very busy schedule. I contacted him through text, and when he's available, he'll come in here, he said. And he'd be open about it, but... look at that example. He had a lot of issues, that guy. He's about as successful and as great as it comes. He's a good guy, Navarro, and a brilliant guy, good writer. And plays any instrument you can imagine. He's a great musician. But, we're all pulling for you. I just want to get a couple... I want to vet this so properly because I want to make sure if I do send someone to rehab, I want to make sure they really need it and they really can't afford it. because you can get burned with charity. It's happened to me before, but that's it. I want to do stuff. I mean, that's all. Like stuff like that's coming because I love you guys like your family because that's how you treat me. And what this all led to was right after UTA and this new manager of mine, Rick Dorfman. Rick is a great, great guy, and he's very, he's doing really, really right by me. And right after I get involved with these guys, I get UTA. The next day, I get this audition for this HBO Judd Apatow thing. HBO and Judd Apatow, that is the head of television. That's like the most prestigious combination you can have in TV. And I auditioned for a comic, and they didn't like the way the script was, and they just let me turn into me. My character's me. And I know what you're saying, Art. Did you dominate the pilot? Well, I guess so, since the pilot's name is Artie Lang. No, it went great. And Apatow was amazing. He directed it. Pete Holmes is a star of it. It was awesome. HBO picks it up for 6 episodes, which on cable is nearly a full season for them. And I just found out today we're closing on the negotiations with it, and I'll probably be in at least half of the season of that. And not just small stuff, big parts. With a real chance to shine with it. And it looks like that can lead to a pitch for this TV show that I like and a lot going on. But here's the point. We might have to figure out a new structure when I'm doing stuff like the Apatow thing. They just sent over a bunch of dates they want me to block out. And it's not just that. I actually just got offered a film. An independent film here in Jersey. Is there a rapper called Baby Cakes, a young rapper? You know what I'm talking about?
I do not know.
I don't know if she's a real rapper or not, but she plays a character named Baby Cakes. And talk about getting old. This director called me up, writer director of the film. And 21-year-old girl is a great, great rapper. And Bridget Everett, who's Brock Everett's sister, really, really talented girl, sweetheart. She plays the girl's mother. And I usually got calls like this, girl's brother, girl's friend from school. No more brother stuff. Times are changing. Guess who's got offered the father? Me.
Oh, man.
Bridget Everett's my wife, and I'm a father to Baby Cakes, who's a great rapper. My daughter, 21 years old, cute. And the director wrote me a really nice letter about my career, and very, very touching. And people treat me very nice. I'm going to thank you, you fans, because this director also, he said he's a subscriber. I said, spread it the fuck around at the DGA barbecue. So, Danny, what were you thinking? Like, we want to try, we don't want to rip you off on time, and don't go to a panic. We're never going to have a one-day week. I mean, if that's coming down the pike, I'll stop a vacation. It's a 6-week vacation format, 6 weeks, and 4 days a week. Danny and I always pledged it would be at least an hour, but we've been doing some 3 hours. We've been doing some 80s Springsteen, Born of the USA tour bits, right?
Right.
So what are we thinking? Like, if we know stuff like the Apatow shoot, because it's like that, it's shot like a film, not like that 4-camera shoot like Friends or something, or the Norm Show was. It takes a long time to shoot these shows, and it's great to be in it, but it's like 15-hour days. John Hamm was complaining about it. God, a huge, big hit show, making a bunch of money, a long day. I got a big cock. Supposedly John Hamm's cock is so big, the director of photography had to tell, it was in the way of the frame or something. He stopped, he said, cut, wait. When the director's like, what, John, are you playing softball later? You can put your bat in the locker.
He couldn't swim at Taft High School.
Oh, you'd love it. I think it was my friend John Hamm. He was my friend. Him and Joe Bozak. What was your friend's name?
Paul Koziak.
Paul Koziak. Dan is a gift. What a gift Dan is to the comedy gods. Swam naked. Gets the sweats around Rick Steves, who sounds like Richard Simmons' gayer brother. Has 5 Brussels Griffons. His favorite one is named Tippy. His wife's a chocolatier. Interesting. He's the most interesting man in the world. That Dos Equis guy. Bring him back friends with people like Harry Shearer and Bill Murray who love him. And then you go right down the ladder of show business to me. And I love him. Producing this podcast. Which makes him Lord Michaels. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. He swam naked. And I said to him, what guys have the biggest cock? You had to look at their cocks. I know, but my best friend's John here. John and I have always been attached like the umbilical cord. John, you went to Taft? So my point is, when you hear that, I thank you for this career opportunities, and who knows, I could be homeless in a year. But when you hear stuff's going on, like the movie and stuff, it's gonna be a good summer. As De Niro would say in Goodfellas, don't panic. The biggest thing, the ironic thing is, the biggest thing I love doing is this podcast. I love it.
Yes, he does.
I mean, right? I mean, it's fantastic. Yeah. No one needs your fucking assertion. It really is. What's the theme song? Best is good fan. So we're gonna make it happen. So don't panic. We're gonna do it the proper way. And Dan, on the way back, I did a hipster podcast today in Williamsburg, and in the Uber car, Dan had a whole plan laid out. But you're dummying up on the air. You always dummy up on the air. I'm like, what should we do? You had a whole thing about you're like Trump.
No, I thought you should do an hour, and then I do an hour, and then you should do an hour. That's what we're talking about.
I'm going to pretend that.
Okay. No, we sometimes we do 3 and 4 hour shows, yeah. And if that's one of those weeks where you have to do the movie or you have to do something else, we maybe break up the shows.
You know, I was wrong. It wasn't interesting. We'll talk about it in a meeting. I apologize to Dorelli. So that's coming up. A lot of exciting stuff. But here's the thing: maybe a podcast from the set of the Judd Apatow Show. And Judd is a billionaire, successful guy. But when he hears Artie wants to do the podcast, I'm sure he'll stop everything. He'll drop everything. He'll drop the Trainwreck 2 writing session. Because I'm sure he'll be fucking thrilled. Artie's willing to. And he's like, that pain in the fucking fat ass. So anyway, with the abortion thing and the woman being punished, I was going to tweet out about Eric. I pussied out because I don't want to be too mean to him. But a dumb look on his face. I was going to attach this to the link we sent out. We're sending out this SoundCloud. We're doing a lot of multi media stuff.
People are asking for a video of you.
Yeah, well, tell them to fucking Google Man TV. Howard Stern. There's 8,000 videos of me. Man TV, Howard Stern, The Norm Show. There's a lot of video. I'm on camera a lot. Just, you know what? If you put in talk show hilarious, I pop up. And also, if you put in talk show embarrassingly high, I pop up. I got banned from Conan O'Brien. What the fuck? What a surreal life. Sold out show in Pittsburgh. My nose bleeds. But what the fuck am I doing? Bernie Sanders really looks like he's going to die. He's going to die. His tie is crooked. He's an old guy. He's going to have food on his cheek. He's going to have like oatmeal on his cheek.
We were in the same borough with him tonight, I think. Wasn't he? He was in Brooklyn tonight.
That's right. He's from Brooklyn. But like we haven't heard that enough. My parents and I and my brother, who I'm not going to lie to you, was a cheap fucking dickhead criminal who got involved with a bad, nefarious group of people that may or may not be the same group of people that vote for Hillary a lot. Explain that to me, fucko. Everyone he talks about in his life in the past tense, they're all dead. If my brother or my high school friends, if any of them were here, they'd say, God, Bernie, go to Florida. What the fuck are you doing? And Hillary has the eye of the tiger. She's going in for the kill.
Oh, yeah.
And now these gunner snipes with the GOP, the grand old pussies. They don't want Trump in. The other night with fucking Matthews, and then before that, the scandal with the wives tweeting pictures of their wives, Ted Cruz and Trump. They're on Trump. You know, you ever see on a video on those animal shows when a bunch of lions are on an elephant? They've been stalking the elephant forever, and some Australian guy goes, "Yeah, and now the head of the pride. This is Darfur. He's the king." And he gives a signal, and now they're going for it. Yeah, the elephant's gone. The rest of his pride has abandoned him, and they're leaving. they got across the pond. They have infrared light. It's at night. There are 40,000 lions on a huge fat elephant taking them down. That's what it looked like. And I guess it was the head little fucking gutter snipe lion cub, Chris Matthews, spitting like a lion cub. Yeah, you have your abortion. How much? Should the girl get punished? Punish the girl, you're saying? What does that mean? You got to have sanctions? You're going to make it illegal and outlaw? Dan's so fucking embarrassed to make fun of the fucking Democrats. He's looking down like, whatever, man, whatever. I thought you were one of the people. I thought you were part of the revolution.
The Bernie Revolution.
Which is, when's his wake? Yeah, the Bernie Revolution stopped. There's a viewing at 2 and 4. You've heard of a rave? I'm inviting you to a wake. And my wife wants me to ramp up the schedule because she knows I can't take it. I've worked hard for my money. I got rich. I don't want you to get rich. I got rich. I got more than enough money to pay for school. You know why I'm pissed? In a couple of weeks, you know who's going to have all my money? The chick who looks like a center for the fucking Patriots, about 15 feet to my left. Steve Wozniak. Dan swam naked with a kid named Bozak. That's a gift from the comedy Brussels Gavin. Look at Bill Clinton. The cum is wrung out of him. Look at he's a cum rag, and the cum's wrung out of him. So I tweeted out, instead of Eric Trump, I tweeted out this joke, but it's been retweeted now almost 1,000 times. I tweeted out a disgusting picture of me, which was not hard to find. And I said, hey, Donald Trump, look at this picture. This is proof that sometimes a woman gets punished, even if she doesn't have an abortion. Referring to my mother. Yeah. 1,000 retweets, boy. I just dropped on my smartphone like a mic drop. Bam. Like a battle. I went freestyle on that, Dan. I went freestyle. So, thank you. And in the future, in the summer, like I say, we got coming. Don't panic. I love this podcast. If I can make enough money from this podcast, and I'm trying to do that. We have meetings next week to do that. One thing's off on my bucket list. I shot a couple of episodes with Apatow. I don't have to do that again. Done. I'll turn everything down. I'll stay right here and try to be funny. I need about $4 million more a year. Cover the expenses. So we'll continue doing it. But as a gift, someone tweeted this to me and said, Art, we heard you mention how funny Colin was on your roast. Thanks for reminding me. I think it was Mixaplix or Mr. Morris or Gunner. Rick from L.A. Maybe it was Rick from L.A., who, by the way, was at the Boschetti show. Yeah, he loved it. He said the girl was very funny. She didn't make any dick or ethnic jokes. And neither did Nick Thune. And you know what the audience didn't do? Laugh. Okay. Thanks for sending this to me, guys. You say, hopefully this will cheer you up. A reminder about how funny Colin was at your roast. And it did cheer me up. And I'm going to play this. This is our YouTube moment from the past. I'm going to play this for you right now. This is Colin Quinn at my 2006 Howard Stern roast on the Sirius Satellite Howard Stern show. We did this at night, guys. So it's a drinking show. And the buzz was big. And this time frame that I went through as a comedian, the success, the fun, the fans, the show, I wish on every comic in the world, except the ones I hate. Because it was fun. Thing to remember here about how funny this last part is in the last line Colin has. About 3 months before this on the show, I was very upset and honest about the fact that Dana had broken up with me. She couldn't take it anymore. You do a little heroin, my God, these fucking chicks. So there's that, heartbreaking. And like a great funny person, Colin goes for the joke, but he gets a little serious too. Listen how great of a man Colin is. He's funny and compassionate at the same time. The great Colin Quinn on my 2006 Howard roast. Greg Giraldo is part of the laughter you're here. Greg Giraldo. He was amazing. So check this out and we'll be back.
I love this man, Colin Quinn. He's got the delivery of a stroke victim, but he's going to make you fucking die tonight. How about a hand for my friend Colin Quinn? Let's hear it.
How nice. How nice to see Colin here at the roast.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Levy, this was a great roast. You didn't put this one together, did you? After the Daniel Carver roast, Klan membership went up 30% among Sirius satellite listeners. Bob, you are great. You eat blue cheese out of a girl's ass every night on stage, and you're still not famous. What does that tell you? Maybe it's that complexion. You've been living in a Bisquick warehouse. You look like a head that was just pulled out of a mass grave in Baghdad. Who's your mortician, for Christ's sakes? All right, Jim Florentine, it's fascinating to watch you post Crank Anchors because it answers the question, what would Waylon Flowers be like without Madam? Called you pedo, your career's over. Can I buy you a fucking Hummel or something? Jesus. Even a G.I. Joe. Lisa Lampanelli, she's fucked more black guys than the Rockefeller laws. She's got black guys lined up in front of her like she's selling Madden 2007 out of her pussy. Black guys shoot into her like she's a nightclub with a no sneakers policy. Lisa, you're gonna get your heart broken. This is as a friend. It's not a commitment from a man just because he puts you down for conjugal visits. Her idea of speed dating is getting fingered before the CO looks over. Shuli, how old are you? Jesus Christ, you look like an unhealthy Ben Kingsley. Except you wouldn't survive the first cut at Auschwitz. You look like an NPR guy that stalks Terry Gross. Shalom means hello and goodbye, right? Okay, that's your career. Now it's... Gary Delabate, make yourself at home. Dust the shelves. I saw your wedding video. Mary was so happy she didn't make you mop up the catering hall afterwards. People were less whipped on the Amistad. I saw that tape of you begging your ex to take you back. Hello, hello. Yeah, that tape shows that marriage didn't change you. Even back then, you were a little bitch waiting for somebody to order you around. Robin Quivers has sex with fruits and vegetables. The only woman I know who makes booty calls to Fresh Direct. How about Fred? He looks like a retarded Gary Oldman. Looks like the maitre d' at a meth lab from the 70s, for Christ's sakes. But then you got Yucko the clown, a bitter clown that tells dirty jokes. That's original. What's the matter? I couldn't get your head around the wrestler in the tutu concept. The air horn takes it to another level. I hope you suffocate to death with 20 of your friends in one of those smashed-in cars. And your face is mushed against the windshield with your clown makeup all smeared. Speaking of clown makeup, Richard Christie, that's a nice complexion you got, that rosacea. And he jerks off at a toy box with his red face like Jack in the Box. You look like a horror movie doll. Why don't you and Jim Florentine team up? Oops. Speaking of face cream, what about Sal the Stockbroker? What a creep. Do you wear that so you think it covers up your unhealthy obsession with Howard? You look like a fucking Bollywood movie star. You look like a magician on the Love Boat. Yeah. Where do you keep that cream? In the shed you're building for when Howard leaves the show? You stalking fuck. I heard him once say he wishes there were 1,000,000 Howards. Yeah, that's why you bought the wood chipper. But at least we're safe here tonight with Ronnie. Ronnie, I'd say you have a Napoleonic complex, only Napoleon was taller. No. You don't look like a bodyguard. You look like a trophy for best bodyguard. But all jokes aside, you would be a great bodyguard if the whole world, if we were all in the water. But you know, that show you do, actually that good show where you interview the Scores girls, is really kind of start the fucking car. All right, anyway. But Howard, I listen to you every day on satellite. Why don't you say how great it feels to be able to say whatever you want one more fucking time? Jesus Christ. After all 23 years of being oppressed, okay, you weren't Nelson Mandela. Get over it. Hey, I never was happy. Really? We feel like fucking idiots then laughing at the show for 23 years. We're never fucking happy. Yeah, thank God you broke free so you're not censored while you analyze Taylor Hicks saying living for the silly, you faggot.
All right, the roast is over.
I think Gary hired that homeless guy to attack you so you'd have something to talk about on Monday besides Dancing with the Stars. Speaking of Dancing with the Stars, that's it. Talk Beth out of it. That doesn't sound like something a woman would throw back in your face for the rest of your fucking life. But let's get to Artie Lang, who's looks like a Bulgarian mail order bride crossed with Jerome Bettis. But Artie, you've come a long way, because you used to be a dock worker, right? A longshoreman? Yeah. You had to get up at 5 in the morning, go to work, goof off, crack dick jokes, and get fucked up on the weekends, and now look at you.
That's right, motherfucker.
Shut up. That's right, motherfucker. Shut up. No, but I know you got to work out, Artie. I'm serious now. I know you're trying, but I don't think that heart palpitations from bad coke counts as cardio. I know you're a big sports fan, too. I found out you're 1/16th Indian, so it runs in the family. Nice to know your great-grandmother was fucking Jim Thorpe for good seats at the Oklahoma game. Not for everybody. No, but I think this movie, everyone's making fun of your movie. I think this movie could make you the guy they call when Jack Black is busy. And you got to get in shape. Your laugh is frightening. Ah, you sound like Gary the retard coming. And then I heard Dana hurt her ankle, by the way. Was that kicking you to the curb, or how did that happen? All jokes aside, if you do break up with Dana, I have a girl I'd like you to meet. Her name is Jenny Craig. You look like the fucking Budweiser frog if you switch back to vodka. Now listen to me. I got some other good jokes, but I'm saving them for your wake. Listen. I was listening the other morning. You said this show, no holds barred at the roast, right? I was listening the other morning. Everybody's saying how if you had a kid, you wouldn't drink. And I was like, why don't you try now? And you're like, well, it's not even about the drinking now. Really? It's not about the fucking drinking? I saw you on Jimmy Kimmel looking like Brian Wilson in 1972. Everybody in this room and millions of fans have told you to stop. Listen to me, you fucking future memorial tribute. Quit drinking and drugs today, or you'll be nothing but a name at a fucking yearly benefit that we have to save others from your fate. And people who never liked you are going to use your name pretending they were close friends. Okay? Because you know what the truth is, Artie? Everybody loves you except Dana.
Yeah. The next time somebody tells you Aziz Ansari is funny, I want you to think about what you just heard. I'm actually almost crying. I miss those days so much. Of the show, of course, the Friends, but just comedy. You know, it's like the biggest radio show ever. One of the funniest guys ever, Colin Quinn, is like, you know, calls Howard a faggot. Yeah, because we're men, we're adults, we're having fun. We're having fun. It was nighttime. We were drinking. We're young people working as comics. Nobody was uptight. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Imagine playing that for those kids who got offended at someone writing Trump 2016. That's the new one. Those kids at that fucking college. Which college was that? It was a major place. It might have been an Ivy League school again. That's where a lot of the Brown University is a bad offender. But a major college, some kid wrote in chalk Trump's 2016. Maybe he was just fucking with people, but people saw it, students saw it, and went to the president of the school hyperventilating. Oh, someone said, I may cry. I feel in danger. I feel in danger.
Oh, God.
And the guy caved. The guy caved. and took them down, painted over them, caved. But the guy came back, actually. Good for the guy. In chalk, apparently it appeared today something about free speech. I don't want to misquote him, but he pointed out the issue. Who's raising those fucking kids? They were offended and felt in a place that wasn't safe because it said Trump 2016. That's you know what it said? I thought of this. You know what it said above one of the main urinals in the boys' bathroom when I was in the junior high? Right above the urinal. You know, junior high, especially then, you don't learn the handless peeing thing. Holding your dick. Dan saw everybody do this, of course. Maybe he did it for him and Bozak. But, holding your dick while you pee like you do in the 9th grade. I swear to God, the entire 3 years I was in junior high, I looked up and somebody had scrolled in pen, Hey, asshole, look down. You're holding your mother in your hand.
Oh, God.
That's what it actually said.
God.
I know, and no one said they don't feel like they're safe. But you know what I did? I laughed. I fucking laughed. It's a joke. But I mean, of course, nostalgic for that. But just look, it's 2006. It's already a decade ago. That's a decade ago. No memorial yet, guys. I'm still rolling. That'll give me about 6 months. And it's still a lot going on. But the way stuff has changed, the way that show has changed. And again, I'm not one of these guys giving Howard shit about that in particular. He's evolving. And he's still doing stuff on that show better than anybody in the world. But it's a different show. It is. What you just heard would not be on today's show. Because Jennifer Aniston's new husband would not want to hear it at his wedding. I don't know why, but... his show's still great, but different. And the bottom line is, that roast you would not hear. That set you would not hear anymore on that show. But they replay it on 101. God bless them. I love that. And people still hear it. It's like being on a sitcom that got... Like being, they tell me all the time. Like on Hour 101, almost every morning, including the weekends, they play it. They play the stuff from the mostly from the nearly decade I was on the show, like the 9 years I was there. And they people say to me all the time, it's like being on a sitcom. Yeah, it's like being on a sitcom that's a syndication. Only one guy gets paid. All the residual checks. It's like as if MASH were MASH. All the residual checks went to Alan Alda. But I ain't bitching, man, because it led to this job I have right now. I'm sitting in front of a TV watching Dan. No, it led to everything good in my life, career wise, is being on that show, and that's just one set. How great is that set, man? How funny is
amazing, man?
I forgot some of the jokes. The Ronnie stuff. Oh. You'd be a great bodyguard if all of us were in the water because he's short. You look like a trophy for best bodyguard. That's fucking... The stuff about Howard. I opened that Pandora's box, by the way. The first roast I did was for Ronnie, and I was the first one to kind of fuck with Howard. But in a way where, it's friends fucking. And Howard, God bless him, had a great sense of humor. He accepted the roast, so did Robin. But some of the jokes, I can't remember specifically. I know Geraldo had a great set. And you just heard Colin and the stuff about Dana, the brutal stuff about Yucko the clown. You hope he dies in a clown car with his clown makeup smushed against the ground. That's pure anger. Nick had two of my favorite lines. He said about Robin. Robin was bragging that she just bought a boat. Robin Quirt's got a boat. Yeah, she loves that boat because it's got a stern on it. She doesn't have to fake laugh at. And that Nick sarcastic thing. Hey, Howard, thanks for this gig. It's always great to wake up at 6 a.m. to do free work for a billionaire. Yeah, the shit about me, forget it. So there you go. I do it. People send me stuff all the time. The next thing I'm going to play is somebody put together, I think Artie's Fan Clips. That's the name of his Twitter. That's his Twitter name, Artie's Fan Clips. Put together me and Eric the Midget like we did with the promos, like back to back, cutting from show to show. And Eric the Midget died last year, and I guess he's been putting this together for a while. He found each one. One where me and Ralph are going back and forth on the phone, which was always fun, and then one where Freddie. The last one is Freddie and Howard going at it. And I'm, real briefly, and I'm laughing. But every other one, there's like 10 in a row where Eric the Midget's on the phone, and I'm fucking with him, he's fucking with me, and it's just so. I forget how fun it was. Absolute blast. So that's the next one. One of these days, I'll play the Artie's fan clips for the YouTube moment of the past. We'll call it the Eric the Midget stuff. Because people, when Eric the Midget passed away on Twitter, were like, "Are you okay?" And it's so funny. I go, "Well, I loved Eric, but why? You seem very specifically interested in me." And they go, "Dude, you were like a big deal with him on the show." And I forgot half of the. Yet me and Eric were like a comedy team of insults for a while, and I forgot about it. A lot of fun. So, Colin, I love you. Colin's still around, looking better than ever. And the second book I wrote, because that was before the first book, that roast. I dedicated to 3 people, 4 people: Mom, my sister, the person who Dan replaced in this bedroom, of course, my lovely former girl and fiance Adrian. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, it's permanent. It's very permanent. This stuff. Someone sent me, a fan sent me, it's a bunch of stuff. It's almost like going down memory lane. Wrote a real nice letter, this Irish kid, 20 years old, from Boston. And I get a lot of fan mail, and I try to go through some of it. He sent me the cover for my first stand-up special, It's the Whiskey Talking. The cover of Dirty Work, Jack and Coke, my second special, with me and Levy on the cover. Beer League, and me and Chris Christie at the charity softball game this summer. And I started watching It's the Whiskey Talking. I said, I haven't seen this in a while. Let me check it out. And I forgot about this. It says really slow. 2 words come up before the show starts. For Dana.
Oh, man.
And I went, oh, I forgot about it. I remember showing it to Dana the first night it aired on the plate, this network. I said, let's sit down and watch it. And she saw it. She started to cry. God, what a blowjob. I mean, I'm kidding. I blew myself. Yeah, these women were very special to me. They're all very good people. My fault. I look at this door that's in my apartment I've had now for 15 years since I got back from L.A. And with the 6 years I was in L.A., I dated one girl who was, very serious kind of. Let's put it this way: Trump's talking about a subject why that ended. No. And yeah, she already went through her punishment. She fucked me. But 2 separate women I've lived with in this apartment, and I've lived with 2 women in this apartment. Basically, were my fiancées. They became that, and they left because I'm a fuck up. So 5 years apiece, on and off, and they walked out in that door and out that door, the same door. And I think of them walking out. And then I think of Dan walking in.
Great. Why is it always me?
Dan, I'm fucking around because you're the guy who lives here. Somebody else replace Adrian? I'm a little upset you can't fit into her shorts. Every once in a while, with Dana and this one Persian stripper I fucked, I'll find like old. They didn't get because chicks when they leave me they go through here like the Grinch or Stole Christmas. It is like boom, a clean slate. They don't want to come back because they forgot anything.
It's like the wolf has been here.
Exactly. Exactly. You sending the wolf, baby. Artie Lang broke up again. I'm sending the wolf. That's cool in the gang, baby. Pulp Fiction, check it out. Yeah. They don't want to. They want to make sure they didn't forget anything, like a piece of clothing, some notes from when they went to school, a $40,000 ring. Yeah. Yeah, I want to make sure we get all that. Now they all left because they were great. They were too good. They were too good in my life. And when something's too good, what do I got? I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. Beautiful girls. 2 years on Mad TV. Got to get rid of it. A decade on the Stern Show. I got to get rid of that. Trying to get rid of Dan. It's always you because you're here. I mean, come on. Yeah, stuff gets too good, and I get rid of it. Not you, though. Proves you're not that good. Boy, I'm on fire. Yeah. I forgot the point I was going to make, but I had one. Oh, God, I had one. Something's got to happen. And we're going to make it happen this decade. A decade when I'm in my 50s. Come on. It's going to happen. So, stuff's going to start happening to me right now. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll fuck with Eric Trump a little bit for about 10 minutes. And we'll get out of. We'll call this one. How long have we been talking for?
An hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Got anything to bitch about? The guy who said at some point, "Are you just using us?" What?
Is that the shitting in your mouth guy?
What is it?
Didn't one guy say it's like, "Are you shitting on me?" or something like that?
No, not shitting in my mouth. That's way too funny for that. In the Eric Trump bit that we're sending out to the super PACs. I do mention how he did work at his father's construction sites as a kid. And it's true, a lot of construction sites. Dan never works; his family owned the company. But I would work as a regular person, work myself up.
Yeah, the washout in.
And I would. I don't know what that means.
I would name my dad's laundromat.
Well, how would I know that? Just throws that reference out. You got like shitty business in Chicago Tourette's. Washout in, fuck cock. So. Okay, he says it and it ruins my flow. I don't know what the fuck. What was I saying, Dan? You'd be a producer.
Eric Trump.
You ruined it. Okay. On a construction site, before the plumbing goes in, a lot of people shit in a spackle bucket. We shit in the bucket. Or shit in the hole, the plumber hole. And Eric couldn't do any construction. He was sort of a frail kid, very feminine, but wanted that street cred. So they found the job for him, which was great. His mouth was the bucket for 2 summers on Trump Tower. The illegal Polish immigrants that his father hired took loose sausage shits right in his mouth. And before we go on the break, I'll end with this Dan Filato anecdote. By the way, I don't have any proof of that Eric Trump thing. As far as I know, I don't want a lawsuit. As far as I know, let me just do a disclaimer. As far as I know, Eric Trump never had a job on a Trump Tower or any Trump construction site where his job was the spackle bucket. His mouth became the bucket the illegal workers shit in. As far as I know, construction workers never shit in Eric Trump's mouth. Allegedly. Okay, I allude to the fact that Dan might be gay, and I don't think he's gay. I bust his balls. Well, I've been burned by this before. I told Dan, come out because I don't want to be burned. And he's not. He's not gay at all. Anyone who watches the fucking Bulls game in the back of a car.
We won today.
Who cares? Derrick Rose doesn't care. Why do you care? Okay, again, I can't. It's so great. It's too perfect. I'm not gay. He swims naked. The Rick Steves thing, unreal. The way he runs. Brussels Griffons. He says to me in a conversation, and even the Uber driver looked back. He goes, there's a great German restaurant over there. I said, where? He goes, yeah, it's great. It's brand new. Go, it's so good. I go over there, and they have a lot of meats and stuff from Germany. It's great, but the best part about it is they have a sausage bar. I fucking lost it, and you can tell as the word bar came out of your mouth. Like, what did I just do? The Uber driver looked at it. Oh, he raised his eyes like, "Hey, Fruity, hello, Frisco." A sausage bar. And that's, of course, what, men call gay bars. That's one of the things you call a gay bar, a sausage bar. And you yelled it. Sigmund Freud would say you're gay. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop doing this the off chance you come out, because I don't want that to be.
There's no chance.
Okay, you're going to stay in the closet. I don't want you to. Believe me, Dan, I can be a nice... This will stop. I'm very compassionate. I don't like you living a lie. I don't. With one of my buddies, you're not in earshot, we goof around. But not about you, about, straight guys we call gay. It's that type of thing. It's like calling them, After tonight, I'll stop. They got, the best part is they got a sausage bar. Yeah, huge cock on a bun. They got a fucking bar where they fucking serve dick. huge dick that you can rub till it comes in your face and in your asshole. The look on the Uber guy. Easy, Liberace. They got a sausage bar. It's like you had a megaphone or something. Between that, when you yelled, I'm a fag, remember that? Yeah. You got to get that. Please get that audio. I'd rather have that than a Madonna thing. Sausage bar. All right, we'll take a break. Colin Quinn, you rule. And thanks for sending that me onto it. We'll try featuring that on the show. When you send me some old Stern stuff, we'll try to air it here and get some commentary on it because people say, I hope this makes you feel good. And I'll give you a long version of it on the show. We'll intertwine media. That's what brings success. We're interfacing. So thanks to Colin. Thanks to the guy who sent that to me. I got his name. I will on Twitter. We'll take a break, come back and fuck with Eric Trump. And it's between me sneezing or this for our new opening song. Sausage Bar! Back at this.
And again, I'm probably the only talk show host who has to ask this question. We're definitely taping the show. Yes. It's being taped. Okay.
And we're back on the Artie Critter podcast. I'm going to bring the room down a little bit. This is Terry Gross. By the way, my first interview with Terry Gross to promote Too Fat to Fish. You know I did that, right?
Yes, I did. I listened to it.
Of course you did. Critical acclaim. My second one for Crash and Burn, very dark. Critical acclaim. Not allowed back on. Yeah, what the hell? You said Harry had that too.
Yeah, Harry was not allowed back on also.
Yeah. What's with Terry Gross?
I don't know.
Grow a pair. Okay, Eric Trump. We had fun with this guy. Eric Trump is Donald Trump's, I believe it's his second kid. And it's clear that Eric is the guy that might go for the throne. Donald Trump Jr. is laying back because I think Donald Trump Jr. might. I have no proof of this, but he just has that look like he traffics young girls for sex.
Oh, whoa.
Like he looks like he's got some dungeon. Hello, people. It's your master. Silence! As you know, your master's father is running for the most important job in the land. As you know, you people are disgusting scum. You exist for one reason only. You have an orifice I like to put my hard cock in. And you say, Donald, you can get anyone you want. Why us? Why us? Precisely because I can get anyone I want. Read between the lines. As for the campaigning on the stump, I'll leave that to my young idiot brother. I refuse to learn the rhetoric. And while I think our father is amazing, do not get me wrong. He's an amazing man. Amazing father. Amazing man, amazing father. I didn't want to sound like Charles Nelson Riley stuttering through it. He's crazy. These interviews have become quite an embarrassment. As you know, I handle the black ops for the family. Every once in a while, Donald will look at me and give the nod. That means someone's going. I'm like, aye, Dad. Sometimes he makes up his mind to kill someone, have someone killed. He can't get his hands dirty, of course. And he goes back on it by putting on a pair of sweatpants that are very, very ironed and very, very staticky. So it looks like they're kind of ironed. They ironed the shirt. It's a long story. He can fit in with the other operatives, our other children, because our father has them all over the world. I now have 5. They will all stand like Mussolini. And while I enjoy our father's fortune, Eric will probably, like that Kennedy broad, be put in a mental institution, if not killed. But I've gone around to everyone at the party and said calmly, I don't want anything to happen to him. Well, my mother's alive.
Which one?
It's statements like that, Dan, that'll get you the Black Ops call. The Trump on the stump hump. Fetty Wap. My name is Fetty Wap. I like the cop slop, 5 o'clock slop. The Bijou Phillips, 3 a.m. pop. My name is Fetty Wap. Okay, here's Eric Trump. Now you tell me if he sounds crazy. We goofed on this a bit, but I had to rewatch it. If people on Twitter enjoyed us goofing on this quite a bit. We'll come back and after we listen to this and his, as I call it, rhetoric, and you tell me I wanna re-edit it. You tell me good spots I can edit it, Dan, and I'm gonna ask you what I want to see what Steve Torelli thinks. And Gunner. But
the bishop.
Again, this is not like the roast. We might stop and start. It's just a fun thing to fuck with. It's so much fun. I might let it play through, but I want you to really think what's going to happen to Eric Trump. His head might explode. And I think his older brother will have him lobotomized because of this interview. He says, look, what we learned from this interview is several things. Here's what's been amazing that I know in history. The 69 Mets, Louis Armstrong's recording of Potato Head Blues, the blowjob I got from a porn star in front of the Delano in Miami at 5 a.m. January 08. Can I say amen, motherfucker, to that? You can praise my new car, praise the Lord. And you can walk by a pet shop and say, I just love that little dog in the window. But is that love? No, that is lust. That is a pornographic movie. And the other thing, apparently, that's been amazing is everyone Eric Trump has ever met, according to this. Amazing or great? So let's play this and have some of our fun. And Melania coming up right after this.
How about Melania, Donald Trump, your stepmother? Would she be a good first lady, and will she be joining us here on the record soon? We keep asking.
Get ready.
Yeah, well, listen, she's an amazing person. She's incredibly solid. You know, and right now she's really focusing on being a mom. I mean, she's really an amazing mother, Karen, and I give her all the credit in the world. And, you know, this is kind of an amazing process, especially at that point in a young kid's life. And, you know, his father's running for commander-in-chief. Our father is, but, you know, we're a little bit older and we understand the world more, and it's really amazing that she's doing such a good job kind of mentoring him and, you know, taking such great care of him. And believe me, she's by my father's side, you know, all the time at the debates and this and that. But she's a really amazing person. She's a wonderful person, and she would make a great first lady. I mean, she really is solid as a rock.
That to your father.
I can't get enough. I mean, he said it 5 times in the same exact way. And the last one he says, amazing person, wonderful person. I mean, she's an amazing person, wonderful person. I mean, it's clear that he was briefed. You know, Don Trump is Jr., his older brother, got the marching orders from, you know, the old man in the Oval Office and said, have Eric say this. We bought the rights to the word amazing. Every time somebody says it, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's like that earthquake bit when he says about Teresa Hines and being married to her. You know the one? No. Well, he says, I'm not going to work if I'm married to Teresa Hines like John Kerry. Someone said to me, hey, earthquake, you want to work? Want to be president? I'm like, shit, my bitch own ketchup. Every time a nigga order French fry, ka-chang, ka-chang. So in this case, you substitute nigger for amazing. Every time they say amazing, ka-chang, ka-chang. And you know Herman Cain is like, I tell you what, this Herman Cain weighing in on this bullshit. These two kids are fucking bright. These two kids are bright. Donald, my man, that's why I support this motherfucker. He raising these kids right. And that Ivanka bitch, Jesus, H. Christmas. I mean, I'm of course, as you know, I'm a God-going man. God-fearing. But that is, I'll tell you what. I mean, listen to him. I mean, it had to be rehearsed, right?
Yes.
I mean, do you think he went to some sort of class? Like we should, you know, hit these words, you know, amazing. Because a lot of these speakers, like Ted Cruz does the thing with the thumb, the Clinton thing, you know, where he makes a point with the thumb and he hammers it home. Hillary does it, and Clinton did it close to the chest. Hillary does it out. They're courses. To me, it proves they're not telling the truth. They're bullshit.
He like went to one of those trainers that if you get deposed or if you're in court,
Yeah.
you know, they just drill you over and over. Say amazing, amazing, amazing.
Right. Well, that's what it sounds like. And they call him up. He's all nervous. He got a scotch. Eric, it's your father. Well, not right now. He's on the couch. We just got finished watching the first Ashley Banfield. It wasn't Ashley Banfield. She's amazing. But I'm sorry. Greta Van Slyke. Yeah, she's amazing. She's not amazing. Are you doing something amazing right now, Eric? Because you know we have cameras. Well, I'm having an amazing drink of scotch. Amazing. And so I almost feel sorry for him. Dan, listen to him. Do you feel sorry for him?
Yes, I do. Donald Trump Jr., I do not feel sorry
Why?
for. I don't know. He just has like an attitude. Like a.
Well, yeah, so what do you think? The other one doesn't?
Yeah, but Eric looks a little more humble, I think.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. He got that baby face, but you know those people kill you.
If I'm Melania, I'm making sure I'm making sure Donald Trump Jr. is not in the same changing room as me.
What? What? Again, Dan, of course. Listen, he made himself the woman in the scenario. Dude, you are fruity.
No, not me, Melania.
You said if I'm Melania. If I'm Melania.
Right, I'm not trusting him.
No, right, no, you are the woman. You make yourself the woman.
Okay, whatever.
I am not goofing on you anymore. I'm not doing it. You're not putting me through that.
No.
I feel like maybe you're planted like to test me. You identify with the woman in the story. That you say, he goes, if I'm Melania, and I wish I was. Because I could just, without any stigma attached, get the cat. Wait, explain what you just said. Donald Trump Jr.
I think Donald Trump Jr. probably goes after Melania. You theorized Eric did. I think Donald Trump Jr. does more.
I never theorized that. I was joking around.
I'm joking around.
Oh, that's terrible. That's even worse. That's even worse news. Oh, that was a joke. I get it now. All right. Do you have your joke bell? Did you get one yet?
No.
Just ring it next time. Instead of telling the joke, ring it. The comedy train is charging along, and here comes old Dan Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Hold up right there. Stop the comedy train. If I'm Melania, I don't want Donald. But you don't see how you identify you became a woman. You said, it's almost like you put makeup on, and you said, I'm Melania.
Okay, whatever.
Look at how upset he gets. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but I had a Herman Cain flow going. I mean, let's play that again because I'll ask the question.
Okay,
Instead
I
of
have to go back then.
Well, yeah. Oh, you can't do that. I forgot. What archaic equipment we have.
I can do it.
I know you can, but how long is it going to take? Taking the mood right out of the room.
A universal, and I think it's why we've done so well in the polls among Hispanics in the state.
How about Melania, Donald Trump, your stepmother? Would she be a good first lady, and will she be joining us here on the record soon? We keep asking.
Yeah, well, listen, she's an amazing person. She's incredibly solid, and right now she's really focusing on being a mom. I mean, she's really an amazing mother to Barron, and I give her all the credit in the world. And this is kind of an amazing process, especially at that point in the young kid's life. And his father's running for commander-in-chief. Our father is, but we're a little bit older and we understand the world more. And it's really amazing that she's doing such a good job, kind of mentoring him and taking such great care of him. And believe me, she's by my father's side, all the time at the debates and this and that. But she's a really amazing person. She's a wonderful person, and she would make a great first lady. I mean, she really is solid as a rock.
And we saw that your father put her before the microphone on Saturday night.
That's just, I can't get enough. The amazing person, wonderful person at the end is just, oh my God, that is like Bruce doing Rosalie, where he does one more guitar. One more guitar lick. What a show.
Do you think Barron's at home watching him and going, what an asshole?
Barron is being bathed by some African woman who, and he's looking at it. Who's forced to show him, documentaries about who his parents are. Much like Superman and Kal-El in the first one, where he goes and gets all the knowledge in the Fortress of Solitude, the green chip, and Brando. This is your father. Listen, I remember being a kid and I just said, I opened up the refrigerator. Dad, what does this have to do with me being... Shut up for a second. I just have a quick anecdote. I'd be a kid there in Iowa. And I'd be out on my bicycle. When I was a kid, I had a lot of je ne sais quoi. I was a savoir-faire, I was a good-looking kid. I kept myself in shape. And I look over to the left, and my confidence builds. Because, it's you. And you're a wonderful person. You're an amazing person. This is an amazing process. And when I look in the refrigerator, I see wonderful stuff like ice cream and cheese. That is so gross. When Brando, in that documentary, they found tapes of Brando. And in that documentary, he just recites the tapes, and it's so good. You get Brando like, you didn't kill that guy, the black guy. It makes the story more juicy, I gotta say. And I had provolone and cheese. Who eats provolone and cheese? How fat are you? You just see his knees getting fat as he eats the provolone and cheese. But as a young kid, I had a lot of je ne sais quoi. What's the French word he said? Menage, like je ne sais. He goes, I had a lot of panache. Oh, panache.
Gosh, yeah.
As a kid, I was in good shape. I had a lot of panache. All right, so that's Eric. Let's get to Melania. This will be our ending for tonight. Ooh, we'll be going over these a lot. I'm trying to figure out. Well, here's a suggestion on Twitter. I'm trying to figure out comedically the best way to use the Trump, the straws and the Trump and the tape and the provolone and cheese. I'm trying, but that Eric Trump tape, the best way to use it. So if you got any suggestions, give us a call at Gunner. But okay, now Melania gets interviewed after she realizes, oh, by the way, I saw your interview. Apparently you think I'm amazing. Well, you're an amazing person. You'd be an amazing lay in the trunk of my amazing car. So that's your theory, how that Donald Trump Jr. goes in for it.
Yeah, he's sniffing around that.
It's gonna get odd because the young kid's kind of nerdy, and he's gonna start seeing his father banging chicks, younger than him. It's depressing. All right, who's interviewing Melania here?
It's Greta.
Oh, again?
Yeah, she went through the house. Now, do you want that thing before the interview that we had talked about before the show?
What?
That commercial?
Oh, no.
Okay, I have to go past it then.
Wait, no. I do want that. I thought you were talking about something else. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, do me this. Play the whole Eric Trump thing again.
Okay, yeah.
Go right and seamlessly as you can. We have Dan. I'm goofing on Dan. Dan is doing a great job. He's got a laptop here, and we don't have a full board. And when we get that, if this place buys it next week, our podcast, and we get a full board, God bless it. Dan is doing the best he can manually here. So yeah, there's a funny commercial in between. Internet makes you see a commercial on YouTube and stuff. So here's the commercial in between these two, and it goes right into Howard.
Okay, give me a second because
Dan needs a second.
I got rid of Eric Trump.
Why?
Well, not permanently, but just because I was getting ready for this second thing. Okay.
Well, you can't. So you cannot have both.
No, I can. Just give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, listen. I'll tell you what. The motherfucker over here doesn't know how to read a board. And now listen, man. If you work for me at the McDonald's in Cheyenne, and I had 42 of the motherfuckers.
It was Godfather's Pizza. It hit me right after.
What?
He owned Godfather's Pizzas.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what. I own Godfather's Pizza. I had that shit in New York. I love Godfather. I always said to my friend, I love the Godfather. They said, why? It doesn't help my brother out. I said, it sure do. Hey, they said, where? I said, do I have to point it out for you? I'm Herman Cain. I ain't George Siskel. And Dan Ebert. I'm running for president, motherfucker. I can't work the fry, too. Some point I got out of this red plaid vest. Bullshit, motherfuckers. Millennials want my whole job now. My startup. Dan, you should have told me it's going to take this long. Forget it.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to play it right through. Here's Eric Trump.
Yeah, well, listen, she's an amazing person. She's incredibly solid. You know, and right now she's really focusing on being a mom. I mean, she's really an amazing mother to Barron, and I give her all the credit in the world. And, you know, this is kind of an amazing process, especially at that point in the young kid's life. And, you know, his father's running for commander-in-chief. Our father is, but, you know, we're a little bit older and we understand the world more. And it's really amazing that she's doing such a good job.
Yeah, that's the level.
And, you know, taking such great care of him. And believe me, she's by my father's side, you know, all the time at the
Like, it should have been at that level the whole time. Like, why don't you, every time I ask you to turn it up, just put it up the whole way.
You know, his father's running for commander-in-chief. Our father is, but, you know, we're a little bit older and we understand the world more, and it's really amazing that she's doing such a good job kind of mentoring him. And, you know, especially at that point in the young kid's life. And
you know, explain something to me, because I know I'm being a dick to you right now. Why is it so hard to go back to the beginning? What are you doing? Like,
because I had it marked on a certain section.
You can't just rewind. You can't just like.
Yeah, I can, but I have to guess because I don't have it marked anymore because I thought we were done with Eric Trump. So I got rid of that.
Well,
so I could go.
No, I told you at the beginning, before the show, I want to go the whole way through.
Right, but then you had forgotten about the commercial, and so you said, now we're going to go into.
Here's Excuse Dan. This is my least favorite part of Dan. Excuse Dan. I said in the beginning, before we went on the air, I said I want to go the whole thing, like, seamlessly. And you said to me, remember, I have proof of this. You said to me, I need a couple of seconds. Remember you said that?
Yes.
I said, okay. So now, why are you? So what happened? I'll tell you what. It's right. Is it a major problem? Forget it.
I have it.
All right. Well, now you have it. You did it pretty quick there. All right, let's just stop. Wait. I'll point to you, okay?
Okay.
You're not looking at me. Here's Eric Trump right into this funny commercial. It sucks now. The setup is insanely long. But and this funny commercial, it's just funny that they tag it with an opioid constipation commercial. I tell you, that hair on, man, you can't shit on that shit. Into Melania. Dan, you look so depressed. This means nothing in life. All right, here we go.
She'll be joining us here on the record soon. We keep asking.
Yeah, well, listen, she's an amazing person. She's incredibly solid. You know, and right now she's really focusing on being a mom. I mean, she's really an amazing mother to Barron, and I give her all the credit in the world. And, you know, this is kind of an amazing process, especially at that point in the young kid's life. And, you know, his father's running for commander-in-chief. Our father is, but, you know, we're a little bit older and we understand the world more, and it's really amazing that she's doing such a good job kind of mentoring him and, you know, taking such great care of him. And believe me, she's by my father's side, you know, all the time at the debates and this and that. But she's a really amazing person. She's a wonderful person, and she would make a great first lady. I mean, she really is solid as a rock.
And we saw that.
You know, it's not solid as your shits if you're on heroin.
My opioid pain medication is slowing my insides to a crawl.
That's opioid-induced constipation, OIC, a different kind of constipation.
OIC?
I'm really struggling to find relief.
Paint a different picture. Talk to your doctor about OIC and prescription treatment options.
How is Keith?
Now more of our interview with Melania Trump. Melania went from a small Slovenian town to a world-famous model to marrying a billionaire and now politician Donald Trump. Melania spoke to me from Trump Tower. Okay, where did you meet him?
We met in New York 1996 in September. We met at the fashion party. It was a big fashion party that my friend organized, Fashion Week, and he invited me. That's how we met with Donald.
Did you like him immediately or not?
I like him. He had a great charm, but he arrived with a date.
Oh.
So, and he was very charming and a great mind and great energy. We had connection from the beginning.
And when was the next time you saw him?
We saw each other, I think, around a week, because I had obligations, work obligations. I had to travel to Caribbean for a photo shoot. So when I came back, I called him and we got together.
So you called him?
Yes.
He didn't call you?
Stop.
Well, I first, but
She sounds like an amazing person. Wonderful person. She's solid as a rock. She's concentrating on being a mother to Baron. She has a chef. She's concentrating on being a person who yells at the Baron chef. She's concentrating on being the person that yells at Baron chef if he makes the egg white omelet too loose. And then we got the Slovenian chef. I mean, talk about just selling your soul to the devil. Do you know how disgusted she must be with him? I have a feeling she hates him so much. And all of those kids, do you know how much she must hate Ivanka? How much Ivanka must hate her? The hatred, the bitter, awful, like wanting them to slowly die type hatred. And she's like in the Trump Tower when he's in, a meeting with the GOP. Drunk in the hot tub, talking with Anderson Cooper's there. They're both in the hot tub. And I feel very safe with him. He doesn't want my pussy. He likes to cook, and sometimes I watch him fuck. He bring over his partner, and I'm an amazing mother to Baron, And so I say to Baron, stay in the other amazing room. I'm watching two amazing gay people fuck. As you know, at the passion party where we meet, Donald was with a date. His date was a woman who had won a midget throwing contest at a strip club. So he dates all types. Very big forearms. And I don't know, something about him, his charm and his $10 billion. Yeah, so I called him. I was dating a guy who had only $9 billion. So I said, how you say kick to the curb? I laughed at him and I said, loser. And I repeated something in my head, my big empty head. Yes, we are famous for having big empty heads in my hometown. All the women have enormous empty heads. My mother's head had so much space. I mean, an echo. You could sing opera. And my head is so big and empty. Anderson has a full head. And he gave his partner full head. While Baron was being amazing in the other. And I got a call just as Anderson Cooper's Pooper Stooper. Which, as you know, is the nickname I gave his boyfriends. Because Anderson is very humble. He's a bottom. He could easily be a top. He's a guy of Vanderbilt family, as you know. Gloria. Was the person who starts everything, except for the great-grandfather. Actually, all these kids are just rich fucks. I come from Slovakia. We have nothing. Two things empty. Bank accounts and our heads. So, I hit the jackpot. When my pussy got pregnant with Baron, I called Mama in Slovakia. And I said, Mama, no more bills. My pussy has gold in it. My pussy's carrying a Trump. And according to Eric, I'm an amazing mom. Here's Eric. My mom doesn't think I'm an amazing mom. Typical Slovakian mommy. You're not, you have empty head, you're bad mom. Well, listen to this boy, Eric Trump, this is Donald's son. How you doing, Mrs. Melania, how are you? I'd like to say you're right. Who's this? This is Eric Trump. Do you live by Donald? No, not Donald, Eric. Fuck you, your daughter. No, she's fine. But I'm not my father, I'm Eric Trump. I'm the head of acquisitions of Trump. The head of what? Acquisitions and
mergers.
And mergers. Mergers. What does that lunkhead know about a merger? You imagine the guys who really have to acquire and merger. Who's running the meeting? Eric. Anybody else? Oh my God! I'd rather have Baron. Hi guys.
First of all, this is an amazing merger. It's an amazing merger. It's a great merger. And what a great acquisition. Yesterday we had an amazing acquisition. We had a great, I'll tell you what, this amazing team. And, they work for me, and I'll tell you what, I've taught them about hard work. The thing I like to instill is hard work. And if you don't do hard work, you're not going to be amazing. And if you're not amazing, why live? I meet them at party. This is endless. In comedy, this is what's called a beach ball coming in. There are people in the back of Bernie Sanders when he talks that, have to be on some sort of list. Okay, and the black people behind Hillary look so unrhythmic. There's not one Quincy Jones there. Look at them.
They can't even hold the signs in unison.
Oh, is that like a joke? Because they're not really okay. I told you, it's a true story. I was in L.A. I was in a hotel, flipping through the channels, and I saw a group on Jay Leno. Boy bands were getting big, and Backstreet Boys were huge, all that shit. And a band came on. And I said, these guys are terrible. They're not in sync. I said that out loud, like we just did. And Jay Leno goes, ladies and gentlemen, that was in sync. I said, what? If you call yourself in sync, man, you gotta. You better be good. You better be in sync, if nothing else. I date Justin Timberlake. I meet him at party. I met him at party. I went to a lot of parties. I still go. Anderson take me to party. And I noticed Anderson in the hot tub would get fucked in his ass very hard. He would take a freight train of dick. And I said to myself, I wish I could do it. How do I learn it? I want to absolutely satisfy the Donald. And he showed me. I never cheat on Donald. But if you ask Donald, he asks no questions, tell no lies. He say, why is your... the opening to your Exxon. Why? I say, what kind of question that? And we go back and forth with this funny rhetoric. Why are you sleeping, Greta? Because I'll tell you, if you're not sexually attracted to you, Melania, it's kind of like talking to a shrub. He was funny, charming. He told a joke. The punchline, I don't remember this. The punchline was, I have $10 billion. Funny, bye. Mommy, guess who's in the pussy? It's Trump. Well, you're an amazing person. You have an amazing pussy, great pussy. Yeah, this is it. This is the circus. And I'll tell you what. They're all boobs. You think Ted Cruz has got anything left? Ted, he's dodging that Mr. story, by the way. Yeah. Right?
Well, did you see the thing yesterday that that Washington madam might release, and they think that Cruz's number is in there?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But she's going to release all numbers? What a bitch.
Well, she's dead, but it's her lawyer.
Why? He's going to make money?
I think it's a woman. I don't know. The lawyer wanted to release them 4 or 5 years ago.
What's her motive? Just like doing what the lawyer wanted, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, the Washington madam committed suicide about 6 years ago.
She did?
Yeah.
Which the famous one? The
one that that was going to release the names of the politicians. There were actually a couple that were released.
Right. Oh yeah, okay. Did you see the tape of the fucking Alabama guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. There's a Southern Alabama. There's a Southern guy. It's great because it's like what? It's like the. Jesse, who's the religious thump who fucked a whore?
David Vitter?
No, the famous one.
Oh,
I've sinned against you.
Oh,
well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You get Southern guys that you're like, it's so great. So this guy's got a big Southern accent, and he's on tape saying like how he likes fondling tits. I listen to it again. I'm like, I don't know. The media, like what? I don't see anything terrible there. And the grabbing one, I see nothing. You gotta admit that. Have you seen that Grammy with Corey Lewandowski?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't get it. He didn't touch the woman. And you know what? Ted Cruz, his advisor should be, just don't go. Just stay away from him. When he puts lotion on the hand a couple of times, it'll go away. You just,
Swagger. Jimmy Swagger,
Jimmy
right?
Swagger.
Yeah, that's it.
It's an old Southern saying. You put the lotion on the hand, you make it go away. You know what I'm saying? I put lotion on hand, you go away. Jimmy Swagger. That's what the guy sounds like. Do you have the tape of the Alabama governor?
Yes. Give me a second.
Now, is the second going to be the 20 minutes?
I have to give...
Okay. So, you get the idea with Eric and Melania Trump and the opioid constipation. I did a lot of opioids, but the key is you got to do coke with it. That makes you shit. But doctors don't want to tell you that. They're afraid. From what I find from my independent study, if you do enough of both, you will shit. Dan, right? You can back me up on this.
Yeah.
Just stand a couple seconds, brother. I need a second. It's easier to find the book in a library.
So, I mean...
Stop. Don't just play it. Just stop. What are you doing? Now, how long do you get back to the beginning? Is it that... By the way, that's terrible. Is that going to be that muffled?
That's the call. That's the way it was on all the television stations.
Dan, I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying, is that the way it sounds?
Yes.
I didn't think you were the engineer on it.
Yes.
Well, turn it all the way up.
It's all the way up.
All right, let's see if we can hear this. Again, this is an Alabama governor talking about a chick he wants to fuck.
Robert Bentley.
Yeah, Robert Bentley talking about a chick he wants to fuck her. Or fuck, yeah, go ahead.
Well, she just resigned today. It was one of his
right,
in his cabinet. Yeah.
But he wanted to fuck her, supposedly. What's happening?
So, I mean, it was fine. I mean, he could have... Because he could... Well, I know. He couldn't tell who I was sending it to. So, and he didn't say, hey, baby, I love you so much, and I'd like to spend the rest of my life with you, and you kiss me. I love that. I do love that. When I stand behind you, and I put my arms around you, and I put my hands on your breast, and I put my hands on you, and pull you in real close. I love that too. Put my hands under you.
That it?
It keeps going. There's more.
Oh, he's on the phone.
Yes, he's talking to her.
That did you. Oh, baby. I'm thinking about that right now, so I better quit.
What's he thinking about? Oofa.
Yeah.
Creepy. Yeah. It's that wet, huh? Shit.
You were thinking about it. Yeah, I could tell you were thinking about. I can tell you were thinking about it last night.
Oh. Not your dick.
I changed the subject, didn't
I? What a creep. Didn't it?
It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be all right this week. I know it is. I know. Hey, I love you. I love touching you. I do. Hey, I do love putting my hands
They went swimming?
I do.
That's the tape.
That's what it sounds like on our thing, by the way. It's a lower version of that. That's what it sounds like. Dude, that's it. It's really low, though.
But baby, let me tell you what we're going to have to do. We're going to start locking the door. We're going to do... if we're going to do what we did the other day, we're going to have to start locking the door.
What do you say? We're
gonna have to do what we did the other day and start locking the door.
Oh my God! What the fuck is going on?
She's a former TV reporter that nobody could believe got the job in his cabinet, and
So do they think he was fucking her long before and got her the job, or?
Yeah, well, that's how she got the job. That's what they're saying.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yes. yeah.
Okay. Well, job every other needs. Well, listen. With governorship comes rewards. But he's an older Southern guy. Oh God! And it's just a classic thing like age shortened. Heroin and coke and fucking hookers. He said all that, right? He's got a crystal meth lab. I tell you, honey, I love you. I tell you, you did that last night. Oh my God, I got a little bit in trouble. Oh hey, I got a little bit of trouble. Now you want to come tonight? Yeah, they're gonna make me Grand Dragon. That's right. First time. You can read the minutes. It's okay. You can, put an A at the end. They like that. Did you see Jay-Z's album about Paris? Say it like they say it, yeah. No, the fully R. I use the fully R there. Yeah. Oh, what? Making a speech? No, I got to do that African American bullshit. Now, but if this, sure, let it loose at the rally. Do whatever you want. Whatever you. Matter of fact, they'll love that more. Listen. Have you heard Eric Trump? The man's crazy. Now, let me just prove it. I'm going to show Eric Trump how you do this bullshit. You got to slow it down like a Southern gentleman. Here's how you get a woman back. Hi. You're an amazing person. You're a great person. I think you're a solid person. You're an amazing, solid person. I'm sick of your rhetoric. I think you're a solid, amazing person. My dad said that I'm the head of acquisitions and theory. I'm an amazing acquisition. I'm a person. I get disgusted. I get sad. I wind down. All the rich people having fun, fucking their goomods, making more money.
Not paying any taxes.
How does that work? You blurt this shit out. What does that mean? What are you talking about? They don't pay tax. You mean the way they hide shit?
Yes. Especially politicians, because they have that.
Unreal. You're right.
They can hide their campaign money, and then you can keep it.
Wait, you're allowed to keep the
campaign? Oh, absolutely. That's a big deal.
Don't yell at me. That's a big fucking deal. What? I'm Melania. Wait. So wait a minute. That can't be true.
Yes, it's true.
So if can you do? I'm sure it'll be something you have to get like through a trial or something. But it sounds like explain this to me. So if they raise $10 million,
right? There's a certain percentage. You used to be able to keep it all, but they changed it about 10 or 15 years ago. But there's a certain percentage that you get to keep of your campaign money. The farther and farther you distance yourself from, because
that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's unreal. That's so aggravating.
I think Chris Christie is coming up on that decision where he's got to make. If he goes past a certain point, he doesn't. They like I said, they changed it about 10 or 15 years ago. If Christie goes past a certain point, he doesn't get to keep the money anymore.
So a certain point, what was lap band?
Yeah. Did you see him the other day trying to put the M&Ms?
Well, yeah. Well, but by the way, though, that's a trick thing. They have it. They make you do that. They do that at games so you don't make a mess. So he wasn't doing something fat guys do.
Oh, really?
They do that. Yeah. The M&Ms come at games specifically. They don't want you to make a mess, so you transport it. They don't want you to throw. In other words, they don't want you to throw in the bag because it's like your own little compartment. So he was doing something everybody does, but it looks funny that a fat guy's doing it. He's governor, but yeah, no, they didn't tell you the whole story. The guy actually in the New York Times explained it. He's being nice to him, but yeah, but still looks funny as hell. And we'll end with this. We're winding down here again. More of the Trump stuff. You're going to hear a lot more of the Melania interview because it's ramping up. She says stuff that's unreal. But we'll go with that tomorrow. We've been doing this a bit. I want to thank all my guests tonight.
They were amazing.
They were amazing people. But I'll end with that Chris Christie thing, Dan. Where is it about his rider?
Oh,
did you put it in front of me? You know, they have a thing called a rider. So some of you people might know it from when I talk about show business. You know, or they talk about the crazy riders a rock star has. A rider basically is what you want as a performer in your dressing room. That's the most commonly way it's used. So me, my heyday, I want a Jack and Water with a big straw and chicken wings and mayonnaise, whatever I wanted. They always kicked out the opening act, and enjoyed my food and soda. Not true. I was always wonderful opening acts. Ask any of them. But that's your rider. Whatever you want. So they published. They're taking the gloves off, man. They somehow published. Well, first Melania's, right?
Trump was first. Politico did a thing where
they're very respectable.
Yeah,
right.
They did a thing where what people demanded for. I think it was the Denver debate.
Right.
And the three that they were able to get. I think they got Carly Fiorina's too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
so in front of me, I have Chris Christie's.
You have Trump's, Rubio's, and then Christie.
Oh, okay. Does Rubio want like a separate room for his ears?
No.
All right, I'll get back to this tomorrow because I want to get more into riders. But so basically,
what they wanted for the room.
Here's what's funny about this. About a month ago on the show or less, I kept pointing out that Chris Christie going on this plane with Trump all over the place for days on end. Eventually, these people have to use the toilet. And not just, number one, number two, whatever. But a lot of times, stuff's going on. A lot of times you basically have to shit. And if you forget to shit at a 4-star hotel you might be staying at, you got to shit somewhere else. How do you combat this? A lot of times during work hours, you feel like that too. So according to the book, what happened? He got it delivered or something?
No, for the Denver debate,
right?
Those were the qualifications for the room size and what they wanted in the room.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't getting anything delivered like food. It was okay. What he wants in the room, not food. Okay, I thought. Okay, you're right. Okay, here's what Chris Christie wanted in the room. I talked about where do you shit. He's on that plane all the time, all over the country. Where does he shit? It's Chris Christie. Right. And what if you accidentally see him shitting with his shirt off? What if Barron came on the plane? And Barron saw Chris Christie, Governor Christie, one of his heroes, shitting with his shirt off and his knee on his hand on his knee like this, reading the Daily News, eating a tuna salad,
M&Ms.
Yeah, eating M&Ms, pouring, and you just hear like a blast, like James Caan getting shot in The Godfather. All right, this is what's so great. We talked about the shitting, and here's why the Artie Quitter podcast. We have our finger on the pulse of everything. Trump was granted a spacious room, complete with plush chairs. I'm doing Rick Steves. Plush chairs and Brussels. And he wanted a burgundy wine. And he wanted Dan Filato's number because he wanted to go fishing with them in special outfits with their pants up really high and their white shoes and socks, pants up. I said, prepare. This is the white on the water party. And I accidentally made a mistake and said it's the whitewater party to Hillary Clinton. And she thought it was a party for when they killed somebody. Whitewater is a scandal. It's under the bridge. Sorry, Hillary. It's Rick Steves. Look at how bad Dan gets. You love that guy. You defend him. I'm sorry. I like that. Trump was granted a spacious room, complete with plush chairs and a flat screen television. Marco Rubio got a theater. Oh, no, seats. Marco Rubio got a theater-type room packed with leather seats for him, his wife. Like it's not for, he gets it for somebody else, a leather chair. Him, his wife, and who, her friends? Carly Fiorina. Okay. Oh God, how disgusting. Carly Fiorina had a room with a jacuzzi. What's giving her? What's she looking at people going? I asked for a jacuzzi. I know it. You know it. The people who invent the jacuzzi know it. What are you gonna do about it? Last night, I went to the gym. I got back. You were still here. I don't. You know, the American people don't. She's going to run, but here's the pièce de résistance. Now we get to Chris Christie. Then there was Chris Christie, whose small space was dominated by a toilet. I am not making that up. Dan found this in Politico. You cannot get more legit. Think of MC Hammer saying too legit to quit when you think of Politico. Dan found this in Politico. And it says simply, at the end of the paragraph. So, yeah. Then there was Chris Christie, whose small space was dominated by a toilet. They said, look, we got this little corner here. And he goes, I just need it all to be shitter. Just think all shitter. And he's plowing through. Could you imagine what that sounds like? That avalanche, like you hit oil. Baboom, baboom, baboom. Because he's trying to eat healthy, so he eats the kale with the cheesesteak and the pizza. So he gets something to push through the mozzarella. That's why if I could talk to these heroin addicts, I'm like, you use some blow. They won't do it, though. Little uptight pricks.
The kids don't listen.
They don't. Dominated. You know that guy's sarcastic. Dominated by a toilet.
I almost fell out of my chair when I read that. I was laughing so hard.
There's not a room for a Sports Illustrated. He's got his shit staring at the wall.